Good morning. Welcome to the City of Tallahassee's 15th Annual Capital City Senior Games, broadcast live from Jack McLean Community Center. You can also watch this on WCOT Channel 13 and also via YouTube and Facebook at talgov.com. We have an exciting event today. There's more than 70 participants, and they're participating in the singles and doubles events. There's men and women, there's singles doubles, and mixed doubles as well. So it's a really full plate today. Right now we're watching a specific match here in the age 90 to 94 event. We're watching Jan Tucker versus Carmen West. Jan Tucker is in the navy blue shirt, and Carmen West is in the gray sweater. My name is Michael Reff.
My name is Gus Filiatru.
And we're your commentators for now. And we're very excited to commentate on this match and looking forward to other matches as well. So let's look at this match right here. We have unique styles here. These players have obviously played for quite some time now.
Yeah.
And they have different paddles as well. Can we talk about that paddle that Carmen has?
Yeah, Carmen, it seems like she has a bit of a carbon paddle. I think it's green on both sides. Normally during like competitive play, I think you have to have two different colors. Right. But I think right now, we'll kind of keep that to the side. But we saw a great first match. It looks like they're take a bit of a break at the moment just to kind of set up everything for the next one. Right. Not sure what that point was. We kind of jumped in the middle of the first match.
Yeah, but it might have just been the first game, so it's best. Let's just recap how the rules are. So typically games are played, it's best 3 out of 5 games, but for the purpose of this tournament, we're doing best 2 out of 3 games. And the games go up to 11 points, and each player serves 2 points per serve. And you have to win, the first player that goes to 11 points wins the game, unless it's tied at 10-10. Right. And then it's deuce. And then, can you explain that?
Yeah, with deuce, you would switch every other. So instead of having your 2 serves go to the next person, they do their 2 serves. With deuce, you do 1 serve, and then it would go to the next person. But you still have to win by 2. So it kind of makes it a little bit more of a tighter competition, a little bit more of a nail biter, I guess.
Right, and you have to also, the strategy is that you have to have your best serves like towards the end there, because you're only going to be serving 1 point apiece, so you really need to know which one will beat it. So let's see. Now we see Jan is on the nearer side to us and Carmen is on the far side. So there's been a lot of backhand to backhand exchanges so far, I would say. Backhands are very like it's a shorter stroke, it's more compact, and you can be more consistent with the backhand in the beginning. Forehand is a much wider stroke, and you can come up with more smashes and whatnot, more power. Yeah. So they're playing a lot of control game, very close to the table play as well, right?
Yeah, right. And also very consistent. Everyone's having really long rallies. It's a fantastic match. I feel like everyone's played, like you said earlier, they've played for a couple times in their past. Really good match, what I've seen so far. It just shows, this is the 90-94 age division.
Right.
It's one of those sports that you can play for a long time if you get into it and you're dedicated to it.
Right.
It keeps you active. It's not a lot of big motions, but it keeps you active, keeps your blood flowing.
Right.
Yeah, I love it. How long have you been playing?
I've been playing for more than 20 years. Yeah, I love the sport.
Yeah.
The reason why I moved back to Tallahassee after 15 years of not being here was due to table tennis, actually, because I had made great friendships, relationships. I played on the FSU table tennis team. I'm currently one of the coaches for the FSU table tennis team, so really passionate about that. Later on, we're also going to have another commentator here, Willie Leparulo, who's the head of this tournament, and he's also like the head coach of the FSU table tennis team. A lot of knowledge there. He has a lot of history with all the different clubs in Tallahassee and the surrounding areas, as well as being the president of the College Table Tennis Association, NCTTA.
Oh, wow, yeah. Myself, I moved down here from Kentucky about 5 years ago, and
Yeah.
one of the criteria I had was I had to make sure the town had at least an okay table tennis clubs, and we had a couple, and I was excited. So when
Yeah.
I moved down, it's been great. I've been finding some great people to play with. But about this match,
Yeah.
their rallies are
These are amazing rallies.
amazing rallies,
Yeah.
fantastic.
They're moving the angles around. It's not just one place. Sometimes it's down the line. Sometimes it's cross table.
Yeah.
So they really know what they're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing great.
Yeah. I would say what's interesting with Carmen is that with her unique paddle, I think she's also sometimes chop blocking, where instead of like doing just a top spin shot, she's kind of going down and creating underspin, which means the ball goes back towards her,
Right.
and it's harder for the opponent to lift it over the table.
Right.
Oh, and it looks like that was it.
That was quick. That was a quick match. They are having some fast matches. It's hard to keep up when we are at a bit of an angle, so it's hard to keep the score for us. But it looks like they're doing great. Oh, I think they're doing a bit of a water break, maybe.
Oh yeah, it should just be a water break.
Yeah.
then.
But the rallies that I've been seeing when I have the visuals on it,
Right.
it's fast. It's fast paced. It's great matches.
As we were saying, also like it doesn't matter if you're 8 or 80.
Yeah.
I mean, you can play this game at any age range, any ability, anything, and you'll only improve.
Yeah.
You know? And
Yeah.
that's what the great thing, I mean, it shows, like in the senior games, we're seeing all the variety, all the diversity of the age groups, and you'll see, I mean, there's players everywhere that are just great ability.
Oh, of course. I sneak in myself at the senior center from time to time, and I get my butt kicked
Yeah.
from some people in all the age divisions. It
Right.
doesn't matter if it's 50 or 90. They're really good, and
Right.
it's great to see everyone out. Did we have the number of how many people are here today?
So there's about 70 people, I believe, that signed up,
That
and
is-
there's also like more matches that are being played than
Yeah.
the 70 because there's the singles, there's doubles, there's mixed doubles. So mixed doubles is interesting too because it's going to be men and women playing in the team, and that's a great combination, great excitement there as well. So there's going to be a lot of more matches to come. So it's
Yeah.
going to be exciting.
Yeah. Sadly, we don't have enough cameras to do all the tables, but we'll focus on some good ones. So yeah, the 90, 94. Oh, looks like the 90 and 94
Let's
women's
see.
have finished.
Yeah. So,
Don't have the score or anything like that, but what we saw, it looked fast paced. It was thrilling. I think is the best.
If that was any indication of what it's going to be like for the rest of the tournament, it's going to be a good tournament.
Yeah.
And look at these guys.
So it looks like we got two guys here ready to or training. Who's on the table now? Do we know?
I think
Wanna do
this
a
is
little quick.
not the right event, but let's see.
We'll see. They might be trained. There might be some sneaky guys coming in to practice. Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
these tables
yeah.
can also be used for practicing time as well,
Yeah.
just to warm up.
But yeah,
But you'll get to see some forehand to forehand exchanges. Typically with like just a practice time, you do it cross table, right? You would go from your forehand to the other person's forehand, then you warm up the backhand, go back into backhand, and then go into bigger strokes such as the loops where they're like really big. You go with your legs and torso and everything. So we're seeing some more powerful strokes with those guys right there.
and with their practicing, they're not going to try to trick anybody. So you won't see any super sneaky shots or anything like that. It's usually pretty consistent shots where they're practicing, so they kind of hone their skills before their actual game. So it looks like that's what we're doing right now.
Rick Soria?
Are we on Rick or is this Rick? Because I think the next one's supposed to be Vic, but that's.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
So we have Rick and
Colin?
so this is Rick and Colin. Do we know the age division?
okay, thank Rick Soria.
Okay. Yeah, Colin.
Hey, Rick.
Colin. There you go. Sorry,
yeah.
Colin.
So this should be an interesting match. We're seeing a more powerful play. So now they're warming up with their backhands now, you see? And you can tell that they have more variation maybe of spin and speed with this. On the far end,
Holland.
Right?
Colin's going to be on the right side. Yep.
Colin? Colin is playing with, it looked like almost like a side swipe. Like he was like, did like a chop block, but side spin wise.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool
Yeah,
too.
we're going to get. I think this group is going to be an interesting one. They're pretty high level. They've been playing for a while. I've played with them myself.
Okay, so this is the 50 to 54 age group. So this should be quite interesting.
Yeah.
I want to bring up something about the paddles.
Yeah.
Because we saw before in the 90 to 94 there was like a fiberglass paddle or whatnot, but typically it's rubber. Right. And I was just thinking about like the history of that. Like I remember hearing how pre-1950s there was like the hard bat style where it was like kind of like sandpaper or wood and hard rubber, no sponge at all.
Yeah.
And then one day a Japanese player who was not that good won like the world championships in the 1950s because he created a sandwich paddle, which was sponge and rubber, which is now what we always use.
Yeah.
So this is what it is now, and the rubber and sponge contribute to the spin, the speed, the power, the bounce.
Yeah.
There's just so much variation in the sport. It's amazing.
Yeah. So it looks like they've started.
Yep.
Looks like Rick is going to start.
Okay.
See the first serve here. Good serve.
Flip the net.
Tricked him.
Yeah. So let's see. This could be some interesting service.
Yeah, it's going to have some interesting services here.
Short backhand serve. And now they're pushing. It's a pushing war. And now he just opened with an attack. Rick opened with an attack and got that point.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about back in the day, in the 50s, before the sponges happened. It kind of reminds me of, we used to be, there's ping pong and there's table tennis. With the hard bats, the more of the sound of the ping and the pong.
Right.
Yeah.
And ping pong, not many people know this, but that was like a sponsor. That was the game like that was coined by the Parker brothers who made Monopoly. Like, that was
okay.
Like, they wanted to make like the sound or something of it. Ping pong. And then that was like, it became its own league.
Yeah.
And then table tennis became its own league.
Yeah.
But now there's even like a ping pong league in its own, but table tennis is the official
one.
Olympic sport, which has been around in the Olympics at least since 1988.
Interesting.
In the Seoul Olympics.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, so it looks like we got Cameron serving here.
So missed the serve.
Missed the serve there.
And that does count as the other person's point, right? So.
Right.
And you'll notice that they're holding their palms out flat. This is the proper way to serve. You hold your palms out flat, have the ball on the hand, and then lift it up at least 6 inches in the air. And vertically, completely vertically.
Right, and that's so you can't hide, or you can't make a spin and make it harder for the opponent to do it. You have to use your actual flat ball, so the ball goes up and it'll be continued. It stays flat, so you make the spin by only your paddle and not your hand. And
it's amazing how the rules have changed, like not just the paddle, but like even the rule for the serve has changed. I think it was in like the early 2000s. They went from, you were able to hide the serve with your free arm, and then the opponent would not be able to see like the spin and speed that you imparted on it. Oh, that was a good shot there. Let's get back to this game. Looks like it's going to be exciting.
Yeah. Let's see. All right.
Rick
serve again.
All right. So he hit it long. So Holland is got that point. All right. Oh. Did a nice cross table short serve. It looked like a top spin serve to me.
Yeah.
And then I think Holland went off.
Yeah, I think he read that wrong.
Beautiful angle.
Oh. Hold on here. Little commentary. Oh, there it is.
We're in the line of fire.
We're in the line of fire. We might get some balls thrown at us. Who knows? I have no idea what you're saying. Oh, okay. But we were talking about so we at the beginning we talked about playing to 11.
Right.
So a long time ago, not super long ago,
Right.
we used to go to 21 and it would
Exactly.
switch every 5. Do you remember when they switched
They
from?
also, it seemed to be that early 2000s time
Okay.
where a lot of things switched. It went from a ball that was still celluloid, right?
Yeah.
And it was 38 millimeters in diameter. It switched to 40 millimeters in diameter. And you're thinking probably like, what's that extra 2 millimeters
It
do?
means a lot.
But it means a lot,
It
right?
means a lot,
It
yeah.
has a lot of more, less spin, less speed, less power. And then the game switched from 21 to 21 to
Like you said, we're on the
11.
live fire. Yeah.
yes, they switched from 21 to 11, and then instead of going best, I believe it was 2 out of 3. You know, for the matches, it's now 3 out of 5.
Right.
Right.
So we'll still get that same time frame, but it's shorter, quicker games
Yeah.
instead of that.
It makes it more faster paced for the spectators. You would say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less of an endurance with that one match where it was 21 and you do best out of 5, where
Right.
now it's every 2 best out of 11.
Right.
So I know a lot of people. Some people get kind of confused when they haven't picked up the paddle in a while. They're like,
Right.
Wait a minute. When did we switch from 21 to 11?
It's amazing how much has changed, and also in addition, like in around 2013, 2014. The ball changed yet again. It changed from celluloid, some sort of material,
Yeah.
to plastic or some poly material,
Yeah.
and then it became a little bit larger than 40 millimeters. And I think it
Oh.
fluctuates in the size,
Just
but
depends
still.
on. Okay,
So-
interesting.
So that's been a change as well. But the amazing thing is that players always adapt. You know, that's the thing. Like this sport is about adapting.
Yeah.
You know, and regardless of where you're at, you learn how to adapt.
Yeah.
And you change your strategy, you change your workout regimen to overcome the differences in that ball.
That
or
little
the
small
equipment.
changes, yeah.
Yeah.
Small changes make big changes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it looks like that was the end of the first game. So
I hope
this
people
is-
are at home that are watching the matches are keeping to the score, because today it seems like we were bad at that ourselves.
yeah. Well, this will start first, so.
Yeah, this will be
see,
the
Holland
second.
to serve. All right.
Oh, big
so
hit. Big.
0-1. Holland. All right, so that was a net serve. So if it's a net serve and it goes over on the other side, then Holland gets to serve again, and
Yeah.
that's unlimited. You can get unlimited net
Right.
serves.
If it goes over,
Or
if
if
it
it goes
doesn't go over, it would be the
Right.
opponent's
If
point.
it doesn't
yeah.
go over, goes into the net, then it is the other opponent's
Right,
serve. Or
right.
if it goes off the table and doesn't even hit, then
Right.
it's a net.
Ooh.
So right now I believe it's 3-0.
Is it 3? Okay.
No. Okay. 2-1. So that was a net serve again.
Yeah, so we get a do-over on that.
We're gonna do it. Ooh, that was tricky.
Oh, that's
that
a
was
tricky
like
serve.
serve
Yeah.
almost. It was like it was really high at the end of it.
Missed the table on that serve.
Okay.
Ooh, but he showed him back on that serve.
It's become very fast-paced.
Fast-paced.
very
He's not
fast-paced.
giving that person
They-
wait or time to think.
Sometimes
Colin.
players slow down the game a little bit just to, whoa. that
Oh,
was
good
amazing.
smash.
Holland just did a beautiful smash hit, and Rick was not able to return that.
Yeah. All right, Colin to serve.
It was a good setup, but he wasn't able to deliver with, Holland wasn't able to lift it over the net after it was returned with a push.
Yeah.
Like, so he had like an underspin serve with the spin is going back towards him, and then Rick would push it, but then he was trying to attack afterwards.
Oh, we packed.
Nice. We had almost a lobbing there.
Rick won.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, Rick got
Oh.
was backing away from the table. There's different styles of playing, and there's
Yeah.
the back on the table. Going back to the table is more of a lobber
Seems-
situation. It's more of a bounce,
Yeah.
kind of get high ball in the air and things like that.
What's interesting to me is I'm seeing a lot of backhand serves here, and usually players will use their forehand. It's just like a preference. But
Yeah.
Like it seems interesting, and with the backhand, it looks like you can get a lot more side spin. Like I'm a lefty, and I have the weirdest side spin, and people have a hard time getting my shots back, my serves, and I do like this backhand side spin,
Oh, yeah.
top spin thing. It's tricky. But yeah, Rick is doing some interesting
doing some-
forehand side spin top serves. So he's winning a lot on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Was expecting a different bounce, maybe.
Yeah, I think he was expecting to go one direction. He definitely went the other.
Let's see. Going to get the ball.
Yeah.
And Holland to serve. Ooh, that was tricky. That
It
was
almost
very
looked like a net serve. I couldn't
It
tell.
almost did, but I think it was in.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
2 serves in a row he got. Beautiful,
Oh, good attack.
Beautiful attack by Holland, and he wins the game.
Wins
with that.
the game.
Very nice. That was quite contentious match. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like there was a lot more power, a lot of spin and speed, a lot of variation in service, and just there was pushing and then switching to attack.
Right, yeah,
So it was a lot of different.
Yeah, the rallies weren't as long as say the 90 ones,
Right.
but that's the faster you go, sometimes it goes quicker
Right.
versus shorter, where the more
Right. I would
consistency and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would say also, because of the faster pace, they were doing more of the strategy of what we like to call like the third ball attack, where it's like you serve, the opponent returns, and
Who's
then
coming in?
the third ball, next shot is an attack.
All right.
So yeah,
I'm not sure
All
if
right,
we're
looks like we're doing a little changing on the
looks
guard.
like we're doing changing the guards. I think Willie's coming in, taking my relieving me. I'm not sure if we're gonna stay live or not. I think it's to be a live swap.
Yep.
But I guess we'll
Yeah.
hang out a little bit while the other game is just finished and we're swapping to the next one.
Right.
15:54. Michael and
Perry.
I didn't hear that one.
Perry. Okay, so.
So this is the
Michael
50-50
and
championship?
Perry Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the 50-54 championship.
Got it.
So this should be quite good.
This will be a good match. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. Fast pace.
Let's see. There's a lot of table tennis events going on around the world, as well as in the nation as well. There's
Right.
a new league out now. I don't know if you're familiar with the MLTT, the Major
Right,
League
yeah,
Table
in
Tennis.
the United States.
That's becoming a lot bigger, and there's elite players from, I think there's teams that have international players as well as domestic players, and they're all just vying for the grand prize, and it's really cool as well, like to watch.
Yeah, you can watch a lot of those on YouTube.
Yeah.
Speaking of where we can find this, where can we or people can watch this again while we're
So we can find this live stream via YouTube and Facebook at talgov.com.
right?
All right. Yeah.
And also CW
And yeah, WCOT
W-
channel 13, you'll be able to watch it live on local television.
So we got Perry on the
Perry on the
left.
In the gray shirt. Michael, right?
Michael, I think it was Michael on the right. He was the red
sort
shirt
of garnet or burgundy.
with the hat on.
Yep, with the hat.
All right. So it seems like my time is up. Nice to meet you again. My name is Gus. We are
been a
passing it
pleasure.
on to Willie. One second.
Well, let's welcome Mr. Willie Leparulo on board. Hi, how are you doing today, sir?
Hey, Mike. How's things going?
Great. It's going great.
My name is Willie Leparulo. I am one of the tournament directors here. This is a great match we're going to be watching here.
Yeah.
This is the finals of the men's 50 to 54. We have Perry Dismore here on the left-hand side. He's out of Wakulla. And then a newcomer, Michael Bailey, on the right-hand side. In the I don't know what color shirt that is. I'm
I think it's
colorblind.
burgundy. It looks like the garnet and gold from FSU.
Fair enough, fair enough. So it looks like right now that Michael is actually using a C. Miller grip.
Ooh, that's interesting.
You want to?
Okay.
I was going to say
I'll
you should explain
Oh,
because
sure.
yeah.
So the C. Miller grip uses just one side of the rubber, right? So it's typically like you're holding the paddle like this, where on the back of it you have your thumb and your pointer finger. So it's an interesting way of holding it. It makes you kind of do a lot of side spin.
Yeah.
And you have a weird center of gravity in a sense, right? It's very awkward. But it's named after Danny C. Miller, who was a top American table tennis player, really high up in the 70s and 80s, and he still plays now. He's at
absolutely,
quite a high level.
and he was the national team coach. Actually, for the U.S. national team for the table tennis, and so he's a lefty too, which adds extra bonus. But again, here Michael is using the C. Miller grip,
Right.
and Perry's got an interesting point too. He's very, very tall. He's a basketball player. He's got like a world record for free throws.
Wow.
Yeah.
He also holds it weird as well. He's holding with 3 fingers behind on the back.
Yeah.
And that typically we only hold it where the thumb is on the front and the pointer finger is in the back, right?
Absolutely.
So that's interesting too. That's going to be unconventional strokes, right? It's going to be slightly unconventional.
But you know what? Whatever works for you,
Yeah.
This is what we say. You know, again, there's different styles to everything, different strokes for different folks. And the beauty of this concept, I think, you know, Perry just won that first game.
Right.
This is 2 out of 3 games
Right.
to 11.
So it goes fast. You got to develop your strategy really fast or else you're out.
Now, back in the old days, there used to be a 21-point game. We are in the new age of table tennis where it's 11 points only, and so it does go quickly. So it looks like Michael to serve. It's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Michael is going to his forehand a lot and seeing if he could.
Now that last shot, Perry used his red rubber, the forehand side, in the back. Look, he just switched hands.
Oh my God.
That's amazing. Whoa. I've never seen that
Folks,
before.
I think he's doing something for the world, the Guinness World Records here. Again, he's a free throw expert, and I think he's also trying to be the table tennis expert as well. I've never seen that switching
was
hands.
amazing. Like, I've never seen that before. Like, he held it by the top of the paddle as opposed to the handle. So
well, I've seen Perry play before, and he's played at. We have tournaments at Florida State University, and so the FSU Table Tennis Club hosts a lot of these fundraiser tournaments, and Perry's participated there, and so he's tried some of this stuff there, and it's kind of interesting to see him in action here. Oh, nice shot there.
Nice. It's kind of a bit of a war of attrition in a sense. Like it's not usually the war of attrition is when they're pushing with underspin, but this is more like a high ball kind of thing because no one's trying to slam it as much. Right?
Yep.
So, but it is still very interesting to see this clash of styles here.
Clash of styles for sure.
Yeah.
It looks like Perry is very content to defend.
Right.
And Michael is a little confused as to what's going on. He is switching hands. That is incredible.
Yeah, that is.
We have a treat here for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, a hand switching. Who is that tennis player that switched hands midpoint? I don't remember his name, but there it was, a backhand smash.
That was a beautiful backhand put away there. Yeah.
So this is interesting. Michael rolls up this morning and he says to me, he says, "You got a paddle for me," because he didn't have a paddle. So this is a pretty comical story. He's evidently a natural table tennis athlete. We handed him a paddle that literally he has never played with, and he is in the finals of the men's to 50 to 54 tournament. That is amazing. That's a story in and of itself.
Yeah.
So I like to see that kind of stuff.
It's amazing. Yeah, let's see. So those interesting side topspin serves that Michael are using up, and that's it.
Perry Dismore is the champion of the men's 50 to 54 singles. Michael Bailey is second place. Who literally did not have a paddle to his name before he walked up, and he got second place. That is incredible, truly incredible along those lines. Yeah, so Perry is mentioning where does he take the...
since you're wearing multiple hats.
I'm wearing multiple hats, yes. I'm everywhere along those lines. So that's the comical part about that. But we're going to get another match here for you. I unfortunately have to organize that. And so, Mike, I'm going to leave you here just for a little bit, and I'll be back, or Gus will be back. But we're going to put up another streaming match here, another TV match. Folks, stay with us here. We're at the Capital City Senior Games. I'm Willie Leparula. I'm going to step off for a moment. We'll leave you here with Mike Reff. I'm sure he could hold the crowd down along those lines. I'll be right back.
All right. Thank you, Willie. So it's been some great matches so far. We've seen a variety of different ages. Like we first started out with the 90 to 94 age group, and then we went into like the 50 to 54 age group. We had different styles playing, and we're going to have more exciting matches to come. we'll get the names shortly for the next matches, but for now, I'm just observing the other matches around the tournament. It's looking great out here. We have, I believe it might be the 60 to 64 group, but we'll get the confirmation on that.
Yeah, test 1, 2. Is that you're hearing me? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hi folks, we're back and we have an exciting event. This is the age 65 to 69 group, the men's, and on in the green shirt with the hat we have Paul McKay, and in the black shirt we have Colin Barden. And it looks like they've been warming up and are about to start just now.
So Paul McKay is a Jamaican international, and I think Colin is also from the island. So it's a battle of the islanders here, we'll say a little bit here. But Paul is an established player as well as Colin, and so we're in for a treat here, in my opinion. Both right-handed players. And they're each going to spin it up. And what we mean by spin it up is they're going to be pushing a lot. So Paul loves the push, and he loves the journey of the game. So
Colin is powerful, though. We see some slams already. That's going to be an interesting difficulty for Paul to return those. And that was a nice serve.
Yeah, Colin is a very good player. He plays with us sometimes here at the Tallahassee Table Tennis Club. For those that may not know, we do have a table tennis club here in Tallahassee. That's out of the Jack McLean Community Center. There's also other table tennis clubs in the area, right?
It's one's called Nets, and it's at a local Tallahassee natives house,
yeah,
in the basement. So there's several tables down there on, I believe, Sundays and maybe Thursdays. Oh, that was a beautiful shot by Colin.
The senior center also holds table tennis, I think, twice a week as well. So there's multiple places in town. Florida State, of course, has a team. Myself and you, we're coaches at Florida State, so it's a couple of us are here volunteering. Look at this pushing rally, Mike.
That was great. Like, that was a great rally. You could tell that it was like kind of low towards the net, so that's what you need for pushing. Like, if it's too high, then the opponent can smash it.
Absolutely, and I think Colin's point here, he's got an interesting serve. He's got a lot of underside.
That was topside there.
That was topside. It was in terms of that, but he's differentiating the spin in the hopes that Paul will pop it up so that he can slam it.
Right. Yeah, this is a contentious match.
It's played 2 out of 3. Essentially here in this group, there are 4 of them, and they're playing for first, second, and third. Okay. I imagine they're probably the top 2 in the group, but we're going to see what happens here along those lines.
So Paul is using a lot of underspin serves here, I think. He's starting it out, and he does like the pushing more, and then I see that like Colin has been trying to attack at different times. So that seems to be the strategy. Ooh.
Yeah, so I think, I think what's going on here, Colin just took the first game here. Colin is going to differentiate his spin. He's going to make it so that there's underspin and there's topspin. Paul likes to push. Right. That's what he does. So I've known when we used to have a table tennis club out at the Sue McKerndon Community Center. We called it the Lafayette Club. And so Paul McKay and his partner would go and probably push for hours. And folks at home watching this, you're thinking, who in the world would push for hours? And I'm telling you, this is part of the table tennis skill set. Got to be able to push for hours.
Yeah, I mean, pushing is a very vital component of table tennis. It's not the whole package of table tennis, but it is important usually at the beginning part of a point, right? So you serve underspin, then push, then lift to attack with topspin. So he's got the pushing game down.
And notice how Paul missed that first ball. It was an underspin serve.
Interesting.
And he missed the first ball.
And that was, so there, it looked like Colin did more of a topspin serve. Paul misread it, pushed, and it popped up, and then Colin put it away.
So at this point, Paul's down, looks like almost 3-0. Probably 4 at this point. He's got to make some changes. And so, Mike, if I were Paul's coach, I would call a timeout right now. And let's talk a little bit about the folks at home, what a timeout is and how you do that. You want to explain that?
Absolutely. So timeout, each player can only use a timeout once during the match. So if they call the timeout, they get about, I believe it's 45 seconds?
Yep.
Yeah. So they get a 45-second timeout where they can just back away from the table, think about what they're doing, regroup, think of a different strategy, what different serve they want to use, etc. And then after that, they get to the table. Their hope is to get that first point, to gain that momentum back.
That's exactly right.
And typically, you want to do the timeout. It depends. It's very strategic. If you're down 0-4, that's one thing. If you're up 7-3 and the opponent wins the next 2 points and it's the final game, you might want to take a timeout too to keep that momentum that you have.
Well, I think in terms of momentum switching, I think maybe Paul had heard us because he just won 2 or 3 points in a row. Last one, he slammed it right at Colin's ear. And so you see Colin taking a little bit more time. This is strategic as well to try to get back gamesmanship. Absolutely.
Exactly. There is gamesmanship. Oh, this is interesting. Pushing war. A little clip of the net.
Remember how I said pushing for days? Paul was a little impatient there.
Interesting.
And he serves it again. So Colin's looking to get back the momentum. He's being a little.
What would you do in this situation, Willie? Like if you wanted to gain a couple more points?
I would pull out a serve that Paul has not seen.
Right.
And I think what Paul's doing, he's pulling out serves that Colin hasn't seen.
Right.
Notice Colin's body language. He's sort of leaning over the table and thinking, I'm ahead, and now I've just lost 4 out of the last 5 points. What do I got to do here?
Yeah.
And they're back to pushing.
This might be a time where if the next point, well, he got that point, Colin got that point, but if Colin hadn't gotten that point, it might have been a good time for Colin to take a timeout.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, nasty net.
The net.
In table tennis, the net is considered luck, unfortunately, but it is what it is.
I believe it's 5-9 right now. Paul is down 5-9. He's going for an attack. Yeah, popped it up too much. And
Colin is super dangerous on the forehand. We've got championship point here.
Ooh, nice serve.
Or, sorry, match point.
Like a side top serve. Pushing war. Goes for the loop. Oh.
And, folks, that was a 5th ball attack.
That was amazing. So he did a spinny loop, and then Colin did a spinny loop followed up by a smash, which is a great strategy.
Absolutely. And so in table tennis, we call that a 5th ball attack. And so notice there was a push, and then there was a loop, that arcing ball, and then Colin came in and finished it with his big forehand, and that was it. I mean, essentially.
Great way to end the match for Colin.
For sure.
So he won 2-0.
Let me go and organize this, and we're going to get another match here, but I'm going to leave you once again.
All right.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it, and we'll be right back.
All right. So we just wrapped up the 65-69 men's singles, and that was now Paul, I believe, is playing Rick. Looks like he might be playing Rick now. Let's see what happens. But they're just warming up at the moment, so we'll get some more information on them shortly. Paul McClain, Rick Soria. Yes, so now we have Paul is staying on the table and Paul McKay versus Rick Soria. So Rick we had seen previously, and he's coming back to play for this match. And this could be quite contentious as well. We're seeing a lot of power on Rick's end. And remember that Paul has more of the touch shots, the underspin shots where it's pushing, a lot of underspin. That means the ball goes back towards him and it's hard for the opponent to get over the net. So that's a very strategic shot there. So Rick will have to either push it back, or if it becomes long on his side, if the ball is long towards the end of the table, then he will have to he'll have to attack, and it's called a loop. Looping is the big movement of table tennis. It's one of the characteristic movements of table tennis. It's basically you go back here, and it's far from the table sometimes, or even close to the table at times, but it's the full body movement where you're using your legs, your core, your arms, etc. So it's really takes the full body into it. So they're still warming up, folks, and shortly they'll be starting. Actually, I think looks like that was the first point. Maybe there's a confusion about if it started. Yeah. All right, I think they're going to be they're going to be starting shortly, I believe. So, yeah, it looks like that was the first point. And we already come into a pushing war. And Rick to serve. So it's 3-1, 4-1 Rick. We are seeing Rick with his tricky serves. It's more when he swipes around it, like to the side like that, that's probably going to be side topspin. So if Paul tries to return it with his push that he's known for, it's going to pop right up because there's topspin on it. So that's not good. So right now we're seeing an attack. Look at that. Wow. Oh my God, that was an amazing rally. There was an exchange of slams on Rick's part, and Paul was trying to return. He was in the defensive, but he was still returning it, kind of half lobbing it, but staying close to the table. And ultimately, Rick finished it off with a smash. So right now it's 2-5 Paul to serve. And Paul gets that serve. I'm sorry, Paul gets that point. So it's now 5-3 Rick. Rick has been using pretty much the same serve for most of the game, I would say. It's going to be typically it's that side top serve, and if it's working, why fix it, you know? If it keeps working. So, but he's varying up his attack style. He's going from angle to angle. You'll see he's going to Paul's backhand, and then he goes to the other corner to Paul's forehand just to mix it up and keep the strategy going and try to winning the point. So it's 4-6 Paul, actually 4-7. The points are going by pretty fast. If I was them, I would probably try to take some time in between points just to clear my head just a little bit. You can take about 10-15 seconds in between the points just to try to think about what you're going to do next, what is your next serve. So yeah, so it's 7-5 Rick to serve. That was a nice serve. It was 8-5. Oh, Rick hits long off the table, so now it's 6-8 Paul. Oh, Paul whiffs the serve, and so goes in, but then he won the next serve, so now it's 9-7, I believe. Ooh. I thought that wasn't it, but let's see. Let's see. Yeah. So we're I believe that was still in the middle of the game, but it looks like they might have ended the game, so we'll have to see if they're finished with it just yet.
Whoops. Oh, okay. Sorry, I just jumped back in here.
Yeah. So right now we have Rick Soria in the black shirt. I think you saw him before, and
yes.
versus Paul McKay.
Okay.
Paul McKay was just playing before against Colin, and that was a close match. Paul likes to push a lot. He likes to do a lot of underspin pushing, you'll see. And Rick likes to use a nice low to the table, short, long and short side top serve. Most of the time.
You said Mike does?
I'm sorry.
Rick does?
Rick does. In
Rick
the far
does,
end.
gotcha,
Yes.
yeah.
So you'll see that it's been going well for him, so he hasn't been changing it. So
Yeah.
as long as it's going
if
well.
it works, yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and Paul does a lot of backspin. It's a very consistent, very safe shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Sorry.
So we see that was a nice smash, kind of like a smash from Rick to Paul's backhand side. So now,
Oh, good quick.
I feel like Paul has been varying up the serves more than Rick, so
Okay.
that's good for him. I think that works with his game because, you know, he has to be more strategic about it, and like if he varies up the spin and speed, then he might be able to overcome that he usually just does like the pushing. and
Right,
whatnot.
right,
So
okay.
he might be able to win points outright on the serve if he
Gotcha.
mixes it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying to do the mix up to hopefully
would-
get the shot or the win on the first serve, and if not, he uses the back to keep it the game longer to hopefully for the other person to mess up
Right,
first.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some good points here.
Yeah.
Right now, Rick leads 7-2 and 1-0, so he has a comfortable lead. If I was to say, if If I was to say now, I would suggest Paul use a timeout because he hasn't used it yet. I was talking with Willie just before about the timeouts, how it's like we can only use it once in a match, right?
Okay.
So it's been, nice point by Paul.
The times outs are very, I forget that exists sometimes. Oh, no, I think you can go, I believe you can go around, I believe, yeah. Also, live television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, let's see, it's 6'9".
6'9".
No, actually 9'6", Rick. So he went for broke there.
Right, yeah.
And missed. Now it's 7'9".
Nope, it is. Looks like it is.
Yeah, it should be 7'9". Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's another one. So now it's 8'9".
8'9".
So
right.
this is great. Paul is coming back. He's making a comeback here. So maybe he kind of took a step back and decided to switch up the strategy. Nice serve, but but the push went into the net. So now this is match point. For Rick.
Oh.
So Rick used the same serve, but Paul returned it, and then Rick went long, unfortunately.
Right, yeah.
So now it's 10-9. This is a very important one. What would you do in this situation if you're always serving the same serve? What would you do in this?
If I did, if I
always
always did the same serve, I would try to keep the serve the same, but then have more of a. Never.
That
good
was an
hit.
amazing rally
Yeah,
to end the match.
that was a good.
That was beautiful.
Ended with an exclamation point.
Yeah, that was definitely great point. And Rick claims victory there, 2-0 in games. So
yeah, that was fantastic.
that was great.
I know I jumped in mid-game, but that was what I saw was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good.
Great.
Good hits from both people.
Yeah. So let's see. So they finished up their match, and we'll have other matches shortly. But let's see. So we were talking about different clubs around Tallahassee.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about, and as well as like a big thing that's popular if you're in college is National Collegiate Table Tennis Association, and that's a very big thing with college table tennis. Were you big in your college?
No, I wasn't. I jumped into the table tennis game after college,
Okay.
so I played a lot of it at the community centers where I'm from,
Kentucky.
in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Louisville, Kentucky has a great little community, great high class people. Everyone was Table tennis is a very great sport because everyone's very accommodating. If you're new to the sport, they'll teach you, and you'll learn some great skills and great friends too.
Yeah.
We talk about in town. This is the senior center or the senior games.
Right.
The Tallahassee Senior Center has their clubs Tuesday and Thursday from 2 to 4. It's been a while. It's hard. I can't remember offhand. But it's 2 to 4 Tuesdays and Thursdays. Everyone's super nice. If you haven't played in a long time or first time playing, you can come in. Usually people try to help you out a little bit. They only do doubles, so it's a little confusing on that one because the doubles is a whole other monster when it comes to scoring.
That's true.
I'm not sure if we'll show that score or not, or those games, but it's a confusing one. To learn, but once you get the hang of it, of course.
Doubles is my specialty though because I'm a lefty, and as you know, lefty-righty combo is the way to go.
that's a good one.
We'll talk about that later when we see some doubles. But it looks like there might be some match coming up right now. I see Kim Reimer on the far end.
Yeah.
I'm not
sure
get the name for this other gentleman here shortly.
I think this is the championship for their age division, I believe. So I'm not sure the names
we'll get
on
the
them.
information shortly, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Good
What's unique about Kim is that he plays in socks.
He does.
Sans
he does.
shoes, but
Sans
that's how he
shoes.
goes.
He does it.
Thank you.
Oh, gotcha.
Thank you. So he's always been comfortable without wearing shoes, and that's great.
Yeah, whatever makes him feel comfortable. I'm surprised he doesn't slide around as much as he does. He makes sure he gets some very grippy socks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But he's got an interesting game. Have you seen him play before?
I have.
Yeah.
I've seen him play. I play with him quite often
Yeah.
with Kim, and he's
Kim Reimer.
Kim Reimer.
Okay,
Robert
so we have
McVetti.
Rocker McVetti. Okay, so we have McVetti. Okay, so we have Robert McVetti in the grayish whitish shirt there, and then Kim Reimer on the
In the black
in
shirt.
the black shirt. Yep.
In iron we
so-
trust.
So this should be an interesting match. It looks like Kim plays far back from the table sometimes. Would you
Kim
say?
does- yeah,
kind
Kim-
of like a lobbing kind.
No, I think he goes a lot. He's heavy on spins.
Okay.
A lot of side spin, a lot of top spin. So this will be a good match. Kim is a pretty high. I think he's pretty high level
Right.
on his skills. So this will be a pretty good one. Does the
Robert.
salute of a good game?
Yep. All right, so Kim
right.
gets that first point. You already see that side spin that you were talking about.
He loves a good
Whoa,
side
and
spin.
he did the other way.
He confuses.
I remember
some people.
playing him
yeah,
once. Yeah,
right.
it was tricky. Yeah.
He
yeah,
loves a good
he
side
played
spin.
in McLean sometimes.
Yeah,
and we're
I've played him over at the Senior Center and also over at Jack McLean.
Yeah, so right now Kim is up 3-0. He's doing a slightly kind of like a lobbing game, but he's not so far back. It's kind of like this lobbing fishing kind of thing. you know?
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of fishing. He's
Yeah.
waiting for the other person to do
Yeah.
a lot of the work. He backs off all the tables, so it gives the ball a little bit more time to
Right.
to think.
Right.
But when
Right
he
now,
wants to, he
he's-
can tack and
Right now
finish
he's
his
on
point.
a roll. He's up 6-0 right now.
Yeah.
So it's 0-7, and Robert to serve, and Kim is just
I think
sweeping it
we
in.
might find a new trend. No or no shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure you go to the place first, because I know some places no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so this is the age 75 to 79 men's group, men's singles group. So this
Right.
is it, and right now, Robert just got a point, so he's now on the board. It's 8-1, Kim, and Kim is scooping it up with his backhand.
Scoop
It's interesting how he's doing. He's kind of like doing this a long kind of stroke, and it's like he catches it maybe at the bottom of
At
it,
the
and
bottom
it's
of
just like creating more spin that way.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's learning where he gives him time to do more arm motion, so he
Yeah.
can try to get more spin
Yeah.
with that.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so now it's 10-2.
10-2, Kim serve.
is up and to serve.
Oh, those
Ooh,
pesky.
luck on the
Luck.
edge. So that is an edge ball. If the ball completely goes like that way, then it's an edge shot. But sometimes it goes down, which means that it doesn't count. Like if
Right.
it's on the side, that's a different point.
Right. If it hits
But
the
yeah.
edge, it's the if you hit the corner,
Yeah.
you're good. But if it hits the side of the table,
Yeah,
it
then
does
it's a
not
different-
count. So
yeah.
it looks like Kim got that first shot or first game.
You know, there's one rule that I forgot to bring up as well. At every 6 points, you can do a towel break.
Oh,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
forgot about that.
And like,
yeah.
not everyone has a towel here, but still, you can take that moment to kind of step away from the table, and it's almost like a mini timeout.
Yeah, kind of
and-
collect your thoughts and
Yeah.
can maybe do a different strategy if something's not working.
Right, and you'll see that players at a very high level will use those towel breaks really
Yeah.
to change the momentum.
Okay,
you
yeah.
know? Like it changes the momentum
Yeah.
drastically. But right now it looks like,
Looks
okay,
like
let's
it
see. I
is.
think it's 2-0 Kim.
Yep, it is.
Okay. And
Now
you can
3
see when Robert sticks out the paddle, there's so much topspin that comes off of the return
It
shot.
really
from-
launches. Yeah, it really
from-
launches the ball. And
yeah.
I think that's. Sorry about that, guys. Looks like that's from his serve coming up and
Right.
gives a little bit more arm motion. Can
So
hold
right
on the
now
ball a little bit longer.
Yeah, yeah. Right now it's 7-0. Wow.
Oh,
8-0.
got
It's,
those tricky serves.
Kim is cruising. Cruising, yeah. But this is, that's what happens sometimes, and he's just being very tricky.
Yeah,
All right.
he's very
9-0.
comfortable with what he's got.
Right,
He
exactly.
knows what he's doing, and he's not
Yeah.
falling from it.
Right. So now it's match point.
Match
Here we
point
go.
on this one.
Wait, I think that was. Okay.
That's it.
Why is it?
Oh, he got that
I'm
point.
sorry.
so
Yeah,
that was,
okay, yeah. Yeah. Forgot about that.
Oh,
Okay, so now look at that. Robert's coming back. It's 2-10, and Robert to serve. So right now could be a technical towel break,
Oh,
but
okay,
they
yeah,
didn't
'cause
back away from the table. But
Oh, and that's it,
folks.
guys.
And Kim takes it.
Yes.
Kim Reimer
Good game.
takes it 11-2,
11-2.
2 games to 0. So yeah.
So yeah, if other people are thinking about picking up table tennis, and we were talking about clubs, do we know we play at Jack McLean? We play here at Jack McLean every.
Jack McLean. Now they're adding up. They're adding in Thursday again. So Thursdays from 7 p.m. to 8:45 p.m.
Okay.
And then on Saturdays it's typically 12:30 to 2 p.m. And the great thing about that Saturday is there's something that we do as well. And Willie and another coach are kind of the forerunners of it, where they have a short coaching kind of seminar or what have you, coaching camp, you say, for kids. And usually they're like 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. And it's a really great opportunity for kids around Tallahassee to learn table tennis.
Yeah.
So Willie and another coach, Logan Zimmerman, hi Logan, are really devoting and very, selflessly devoting time to, training, kids for the next generation of table tennis.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
At that same time, we have the children's, and then there's a set of other tables that are used for the adults.
Yeah.
But it's just a great time, and it's 12:30 to 2
Awesome.
on Saturday.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, and I try to come in when I can, so it's a fun time when you get to go. I try to get in as much as I can where I can.
Right, exactly.
So I myself try to sneak in on, if there's an empty table, I'll try to sneak in there when I'm not on camera.
Exactly.
Or in audio. I don't even know if I'm on camera.
But yeah, so it's great. And I was thinking about how, like, you came from Kentucky, right? So you played a little in Kentucky.
Yes.
And then also here.
Oh, yeah.
And you probably played at another place.
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
But I was thinking about how, like, I've been to so many places too. Like, I've lived in so many states: New York, Georgia, Florida, Idaho. Every single place I've been, I've played table tennis.
Yeah.
Like, I just go out and seek it. And you would think, like, even in Idaho, you would think, oh, is there a club? But there was a club in Eagle, Idaho.
Interesting.
So it's just it's just really cool, and everyone, like you said, is very accommodating and welcoming because it's like a very niche sport, but at the same time we want to promote it. So it's like that
so
weird.
true.
It's very endearing.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why I mentioned in the car, and it was like, hey, we got times to play if you want to play.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really fun.
Seems like we're getting into new groups.
Yes. Oh, you know what? So this is, I believe it's around 10:30 a.m. right now. So we might be getting closer into like the doubles events.
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
So that
awesome.
could be,
So we might see some doubles possibly.
So they're announcing the names for more events now. So we'll be back with you shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of action here right now. It looks like the age, maybe they're still doing the age 65 to 69 group, but looks like, I'm not sure because we've already seen 2 matches here. We've seen Paul, Colin,
that was the 65, 69.
and Rick. Yeah, so
Right.
I'm not sure if they're going to be here, but they might be in the other
This might
match,
be.
but we'll see shortly. Yeah.
It's always slight confusion when when you're setting up everything at the first.
Yeah.
It's like herding cats. It's like herding cats.
Exactly, but we know that Willie Leporullo over here is a weathered veteran for tournament director, coach, what have you. Wears many hats, so he's no stranger to these logistics, and so it's going to be a well-run tournament, and it has been so far already. So it's been great. Yeah. So, looking into the crowd, I see a couple of people I know. There's Bob, he's a left-handed player.
He is,
he plays at McLean on Saturdays, so it's great to see him out here participating in the senior games. Really nice guy.
Yeah.
And
I think he finished his division, and I think he got silver in his division. I saw him taking his pictures with the medal.
Awesome. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And I see in the far there's an athlete in a pink shirt that's playing an unusual style. Not unusual, but it's not as used nowadays. Where you see over there, it's called pin holder.
Pin holder,
right?
okay.
And so it's like you hold the paddle upside down. Basically, maybe we can have this as a
my paddle
so
as a
basically,
reference.
usually we hold it like this, which is like shake hand, but like this, you hold it. It's called pen hold, and you have the thumb and the pointer finger here, and then the 3 fingers in the back. And it's mostly forehand heavy.
Yeah.
Like you only do the one side, but sometimes people adapt and hold the backhand. It's called a reverse pen
Interesting.
hold
Yeah.
backhand. So yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, that's
Okay, so it looks like we got doubles on the table
this
that
should
we're
be
watching.
Interesting, yeah. So I believe we have Colin and Rick on
Yeah.
the far end. I'm trying to, we'll
Not
get the names shortly
Yeah.
for the other
Right.
two in
Yeah,
the
I'm not
blue and the
red?
reddish
Yeah.
shirt. Yeah. But yeah.
So this will be a good one. And we were talking about how on the doubles,
Right.
it's a little bit more rules to follow on the
Yes,
doubles compared
yes.
to the
This-
singles.
This is gonna be fun to explain because sometimes it gets really confusing.
It gets
in a sense.
confusing when you're on the table too. Yeah.
But it's still 2 points apiece,
Yeah.
2 serves apiece. However, the minute you hit the ball, you have to rotate with your opponent, and then they receive the next shot. Right? So every person only hits once, like every 4 shots, basically,
right.
you know?
So
it's very, you
in my-
got to keep track of it, you know?
In my brain, I always
Yeah.
go, I hit, you hit, I hit,
Yeah.
you hit, I hit, you
Yeah,
hit.
it's very like it's like a dance almost. Like it's
Right.
and you'll see like with the professionals, it's almost like acrobatics trying to dive out of the way. I saw a recent match, mixed doubles, a Japanese duo. She was a lefty. Hina Hayata. She was playing. She hits a ball, then she ducks. So her opponent, her compatriot can hit the next shot, and they won that point. I think it was just amazing.
I would probably do that. I don't think my knees would let me do that as
Yeah,
much as I used to.
yeah.
But I would.
Yeah, but it's so we're.
So
they're-
let's-
I think they're talking about. I think the doubles group right now is talking about what to do for doubles, like in
Right,
terms
right.
of like the logistics of it. It's very
Right.
not everyone knows it all the time.
Right. So on the singles, you can when you serve, you can hit anywhere on the table.
Right.
But on the on doubles, you have to have it at an angle. So you only the right side goes to the right side of the other opponent. So it's more you always do it at an angle. So it's always
Right.
the same blocks every time.
Excuse me, and what I may add is that it's not just when you serve, you only serve from the right side.
Right.
And
Correct.
it's not the left side. So you only serve right corner to their right corner,
Yeah.
right? So if it hits in that other side,
Yeah.
like
Right,
fault
right.
the serve basically. It's
Right.
the opponent's point.
Yeah.
And let's see, that's the main thing. Like, but let's talk about how, like right here, I believe we have only righties, right-handers. But if you have a lefty-righty duo, that makes it easier for them to have 2 forehands, and they can like attack easier. when
Right.
hitting.
Right.
So right now it looks like they are warming up, I believe. But we're gonna get the names shortly for the groups.
Right. Yeah. So it's.
So this is the men's doubles, 65 to 69. We have on the far end, we have Rick Soria and I believe Colin Barden.
Both of them in the black shirts.
And both in the black shirts. But for blue, Gary Hansen and... Okay, so we have Gary Hansen and Thomas Ripson.
Okay.
Ripson, okay. So in the blue and the red. So this is doubles, men's doubles, 65 to 69, all right? So let's see. Looks like they're going for serve. They're going to choose which hand is in the serve.
Right.
Okay.
And if you win the serve, you can choose if you want to serve or you want the other person
Right,
to serve.
exactly.
A little bit of strategy going on.
Okay, so Rick and Colin won the serve. So yeah, now Rick and Colin just got that first point.
Yeah.
All right, and they got the second point. So now it's 0-2. Yeah.
And if you notice, once they finish the serve, you have to switch your teammate. You switch after you finish serving. So that's where some of that confusion just happens.
Right. Uh-oh, the opponents of they are.
It's hard. Yeah, it's a mental game. You got to definitely coordination with your partner to when you're playing doubles.
It's very useful to have good chemistry between the opponents. Like when I played on the FSU doubles table tennis team, I mean, well, the doubles portion of the table tennis, like I had good chemistry with my doubles partners.
Right.
You know, they knew when to tell me kind of like back out of the way so I can loop or do something else. Like, so it was very good communication, and that's a big point.
And it's a little bit of a dance with if you're both people are right-handed or both people are left-handed, you kind of have to get out of each other's way. And you were talking about since you were a left-handed, right-handed combination, you don't have to that whole moving around dancing. It's just step side, hit. It's a lot easier to. It's when you see if you ever see competitive play, you'll see a lot more left-handed combination with a right-handed player.
Exactly. Yeah. I've rarely seen on the extreme two lefties, but I think I've seen it once, like in professional. But it's so
I think
weird.
the statistics of seeing
two lefties versus two righties. I think it might have been with a Spanish duo, like a professional duo. It was mixed doubles, I think I saw. But it's pretty cool. You never really see that. But you have two righties all the time, so it's not really. Right now it's 9-0 Rick and Colin up. So, nice point.
Good placement. So that's a hard one to get to.
So it's 1-9.
They're on the 1-9. They're on the board.
They got on the board. I believe it's their. Okay.
Not sure who's serving.
Right.
Oh, the wrong. So reminds me of the mental I hit, you hit.
Oh, yeah.
I think he hit.
Because he hit it twice in the row.
Yeah,
exactly. You can only hit it once, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
So now it's switching sides. Rick and Colin got that game 11-1, so they're comfortably in the lead right now.
But maybe the other guys will have a little bit more confidence. Or now they got the rhythm going. It'll.
Right. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Now they just serve. They're serving very high up, so it's easy for Rick and Colin to attack.
Oh, good try on that one.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh.
So now Rick to serve. It's 2-0.
Right.
And they have to.
They have to swap after
their opponents had to switch sides.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Now 3-0. Excuse me.
Oh.
I don't know who hit that because it was a combination.
Yeah,
hit.
that's the hard part of switching from say table or regular tennis or pickleball.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's
table
true.
Or tennis and pickleball, you can just hit. Anybody can hit as long as it goes over the net.
That's so true. I keep forgetting that, and maybe several of these players here are used to maybe pickleball or tennis. So that's also another thing to keep into account. That in table tennis, in doubles, you only hit one time and then rotate with your partner.
Oh, hit that
the edge?
You clip the edge, I think. Clip the edge.
6-0. Wow.
Those are ones that you hate to do, but
it's
also love at the same time.
Was it yesterday or today is St. Patrick's Day?
Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day.
Well, it seems like a very lucky day with the nets and edges. So.
Yeah. I think someone may have a 4-leaf clover in their pocket, possibly.
Yeah, exactly. So now it's 6-1.
6-1. All right.
Or I think, maybe, nope. 7-1-7. Okay.
1-7, okay.
Let's see. So this is very one-sided at the moment, but maybe they'll come back to give Rick and Colin.
I think Rick and Colin have definitely have a good chemistry.
Yep.
Oh,
right, so now it's 1-8.
So close.
That's still their serve, yeah.
Right.
All right. So now it's 9-1. Rick to serve.
Rick to
so
serve.
2 good ones, and they could clinch it. Very short serve. That's good. All right. So
everyone's keeping short with that one.
Point. That's really good. So now here we go. All right. So match to Rick and Colin.
Right. That
very
is all.
Very confident win there.
Very confident. Yeah. A lot of short shots to kind of make everyone move around. And Rick give a little bit of a advantage with his long arms.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, with doubles, it can it's amazing how sometimes with doubles you can be like possibly lower rated, as players in singles, but together have such good chemistry that you can beat higher rated players.
Yeah, so
like
true.
When I was in doubles, we played UF once, and we beat them, and we were a lower rated singles. Yeah, maybe I was like, in terms of the ratings, it goes from 0 to 3,000. Maybe I was like 1,300, 1,400 at the time. My partner was maybe like 1,600.
Yeah.
We beat a group that was maybe 1,800 or 2,000.
Oh, wow.
They were very angry after losing, but
Yeah, it's all about the chemistry, the jive that you all have with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
So it looks like I'm not sure if you could see it, but it looks like we're trying to figure out the next next match.
Right. Yeah, so they're doing more doubles in the far end as well. It looks like women's doubles there as well, maybe in the 50s or 60s there.
Yeah, I think so.
And there's also another set of women's doubles in the far end. And
looks like it's a lot more.
So on the other side is the women's players are playing. So that should be interesting.
Let's look who we got. Looks like we got Colin and Rick staying on the table. Now we have Kim and Bruce. I don't think we've seen Bruce yet.
Okay, do you know anything about his style?
Bruce is a left-handed player, so Kim and Bruce have a good combination. This would be a good example of our combination.
So we have Kim Reimer and Bruce, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure his last name,
Okay.
but Bruce for sure.
Bruce on this. Bruce is wearing like a white and grayish shirt.
Correct.
Kim is wearing the black shirt on this end, and then
already starting.
Rick and
I think
Colin are.
I don't know if they're starting or just hitting yet.
I think they're just hitting around.
Okay.
Because they don't have scorekeeper just yet.
Yeah.
But this could be, I'm not sure if this is like a mixture of age groups, because I know that Kim was previously in like the 70 to 75 or 75 to 79. So maybe they're just combining them.
Just kind of mixing, since we did have a higher big number. But I've seen these guys play before. They're veterans on the doubles, so this could be some interesting or games.
So it looks like they've already started, but yeah, let's see if they're just warming up maybe.
Oh yeah, sounds like they've already started.
Already started.
So I think Kim and Bruce is 3, Colin and Rick is 1.
Right. So this is interesting. This is a definitely a closely competitive match.
Yes,
now.
I agree.
We have more match of styles, but right now it looks like Kim and Bruce are in the lead.
Ooh, good
It's
good
2-5, Colin and Rick.
Right.
Colin to serve. And
so yeah, I think this will be a good match because I've played with them both teams before. Kim and Bruce are very kind of opposites. Kim is more of an attack when he needs to or blocking, and Bruce is more of defensive.
Gotcha.
And where Colin and Rick are both more of attacking.
Attack.
Yeah,
it's interesting. This should be really a clash of styles, attack versus defense.
Yeah.
So now they're coming back, Colin and Rick. It's 4-5.
Yeah.
And we'll see. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Is it 5-5?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I'm checking this. So 5-4 right now.
Some big swings.
4-6, Rick and Colin to serve. Rick to serve.
Even when we...
So I think they're just concerned about the switching.
Even people play for a long time, and it's still hard to remember which one's which.
Oh, that was interesting. I think the residual side spin on those shots messed that up.
Yeah.
But they are really close right now. Yeah, I know. So we're we're noting that lefty-righty combo is really an advantage here. It's because both of them have their forehands that they can use.
Right.
And to attack, it gives more range of motion, like a freer range of motion.
But hit the edge. That's a lucky again.
But that's it.
I think Bruce is the one who has that 4-leaf clover in this game.
Yeah. So 6-8 Colin to serve. This is interesting. Rick is playing a lot of oh my goodness.
Using that.
That was another edge. I think it might have been down though. Let's see what happens. It might have.
I think they counted it.
Oh, they counted.
I think they counted it.
So 6-9. Wow. Oh. Return of smash.
Oh,
beautiful.
good hits, good hits.
Beautiful shot.
Fantastic.
So,
lot of power
Kim
going here.
returned a smash, but then Colin and Rick followed up with another smash. I would think Rick followed up with that one.
Yeah.
And just, wow, that was amazing. There's a lot more interesting. There's some great rallies in this game.
Oh yeah, this is definitely people that are confident and comfortable playing doubles.
Yeah. So it's 9-7. Bruce to serve. He's doing a backhand serve. That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, oh. Okay, so now the luck went on the other side.
Yeah.
I think that was still Bruce's serve.
I'm not.
I don't know what just happened there. I think
we got a little bit of confusion, but that's okay.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I think that was 11-8. That was
so 11
Kim
to 8
and Bruce.
was Kim and Bruce.
I believe so.
And so they're up 1-0. So this could be a different sort of game. We're noting that, like we were saying, there's a clash of styles. Kim and Bruce are very more defensive. They're good at keeping the ball in play.
Right.
Whereas Colin and Rick are more urgent about the play.
more
They
attacking.
want to
They
be
wanna
more aggressive.
want to finish
and
this
smash
off.
it. Rick has some great angles, I would say.
Yes.
Like he's hitting it right to the wide corner, like sometimes on both sides, I think. But we'll see. Okay.
Definitely want to make the other people stretch.
Right. So Rick to serve. Oh.
Yeah, Kim
Do you
Kim
know,
with that far back.
Does Bruce have any interesting rubber on that?
No, I believe
You
if
think
I
it's just smooth.
it's just smooth. He does
Okay.
a lot of back spins, a lot of pushes.
Yeah.
He doesn't go.
Yeah.
He tries to keep with the consistency of everything.
Gotcha.
Kim is on that
Interesting.
team is the aggressor if he needs to be.
Yeah. Exactly. So Bruce to serve. They're up 3-0. Doing well.
Ooh.
Rick tried for a kind of like a spinny loop, but
Right.
he was unsuccessful in that attempt. Oh, trying to. That was smart. That was smart.
That was a good time. That was a good
It could
hit.
be risky, but that was smart against Bruce because he was going to probably block it like
Yeah.
he did, and it went off due to so much spin.
Yeah.
You know, he did. Rick did a spinny loop basically. He raised the ball so there's more spin on it, and it was very high too.
Yeah.
Very high arc. So now it's 5-1. Kim's to serve. Oh, so now it's 5-2. A backhand serve by Kim, and it looks
Ooh.
like he lost. Got that point. So
Yeah, I
it's
think he missed
2-6,
him with the serve.
Rick to serve.
It's 6-2 now.
2-6. Oh, returns it off the net. Beautiful
Oh,
return
good
by
hit.
Colin.
Yeah.
He returned a net ball. Those are difficult, but you have to factor it in that there's luck at times. You got to be ready to respond.
Right.
With,
Right.
uh,
Oh, good smash.
yeah, Colin hits it right back into Bruce's body,
Yeah.
even though Bruce had just hit the ball, so he couldn't move out of the way. 6-4.
Ooh.
So all right,
6-5.
Colin and Rick are coming back. It's 6-5. So a little bit of pushing. Oh, that
Oh,
was
good.
beautiful.
That was a good
That was a
combination.
good strategy. So
Right.
it was almost like the fifth ball attack thing, where it's like a spinny loop and then a smash, but it was doubles players setting each other up.
Right. It was a
So
good combination of a.
Rick. Wow.
Oh, that was a good rally.
Awesome. That was great.
It was a great rally.
Getting some great, just variations here.
Yeah.
All right. So 7-all. Wow, this is close. They're neck and neck.
Yeah, doubles. You have to definitely be more aware of where your partner is.
Yes,
because
you
you don't
can
want
be
to run
very
into
spatially aware.
no crashes.
Yeah.
You don't need a crash.
You returned-
Oh,
my
Kim had a-
goodness. Colin
Colin hit
hit I
the-
think wasn't it a net?
It was a
too?
net shot,
and,
so-
and Kim still returned that
Yeah,
one.
when you hit the net, it messes up the spin. So
Yeah.
when you
Oh, he got
are,
another net.
it
Oh.
messes up it confuses the other person because the spin will change, so you don't
Yeah.
know what's going on. Some days you'll hit a shorter one, and sometimes it'll just launch off.
Right. So now it's 8-9. Rick to serve. So let's see what he's going to do here. Nasty side top.
Ooh.
And Colin misses
Tried the attack
the
and
attack.
couldn't finish.
So now it's 10-8. Match point with Bruce to serve.
Wonder if he. Oh,
Interesting, huh?
that is
So
game. That is match.
Kim and Bruce win the match.
11-8. That was a great match to watch of
Yeah.
two teams that were pretty confident.
Yeah, that was very exciting.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Like a lot of return of smashes by Kim, I would say, and also Bruce was a very control player. Like
Yeah.
you were saying, like more kind of maybe the blocking or pushing, whatnot, but he was just very consistent. They had really good chemistry.
Yeah, definitely a good combination of the two where one was setting up the other one.
Yes.
Especially with Colin and Rick was a
Yeah.
good combination where
I think. Oh, I was just going to say that I think Rick and Colin, yes, were a good combination as well, but I think they started to figure it out towards the end of the match,
It was
where
just
they
a
had
little-
that, the high arcing loops.
Yeah.
It was just they had figured it out too late.
was too late in the
you know,
game,
and that
yeah.
happens. Sometimes it's like just too late. The momentum is in the favor
Yeah.
of the opponents, but
Yeah.
it was still a great match. They, should not be. They left it all on the table, basically. Yeah. So now.
So it looks like we're
moving
setting
into
up
some more doubles matches, I
I
believe.
think so. Yeah, we're looks like the meeting of the minds, maybe.
Yeah.
Of trying to figure out who is next in the
Yeah.
in the games.
Yeah.
With it's not on camera, but we have the women's doubles
Yeah.
in the other side of the gym, and looks like it's doing really well. Some great rallies I'm seeing,
Yeah.
but sadly can't see them. I don't think.
I'm seeing a couple of my fellow lefties too.
Oh,
I
there's
see,
a high percentage of lefties in
I know, you were
Tallahassee. I
telling
think.
me.
I don't.
This is amazing. It's kind of wild.
I don't know if the lefties transplant to Tallahassee for a reason, or it's just something in the water where Tallahassee breeds a lot of left-handed players. Not sure.
Well, I mean, it used to be an advantage to be a lefty, but if everyone's a lefty,
Now everyone's
then
lefties.
then it's hard to
Yeah.
have the advantage.
Not a-
But yeah, there's still, what's funny is that since I'm left-handed, you would think that I would be good against a lefty player, but I'm not. When I play another left-handed player, I'm like, oh, you're lefty?
You're like, what are you doing? This is
it's just really
you
funny.
mirrored my mirror. Now I'm confused.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so used to playing right-handed players, so it's just like
Right.
but yeah. Yeah, there's some good rallies over there. I see in
Yeah.
the green shirts. They're playing some good women's doubles. Not sure if there's going to be any more matches for that age group of the men's doubles. I believe it was a combination of like the 65 to 69
gotcha,
as well
okay.
as the 70 to 75. So just maybe due to too few entries into that one, but still very. And this shows that it doesn't matter your age.
Right.
Like
right.
You still can win very.
Okay, so it looks like
All right, let's see. Now
we are
have-
we're highlighting Rick and Colin again.
yeah.
Now we have, I'm not sure on their names. I don't totally offhand.
Yeah, so
We'll get that in a second.
So we have Rick and Colin again versus some new opponents. Let's see. We have a lefty on the far end, so that should be good. Another lefty, so we'll see if that works to their advantage.
I wonder if they'll stay the. Yeah, I think this will be the interesting match. I think one of the good.
I think they're already playing.
Have they already started?
to my
Okay.
knowledge, but the score is not being kept just yet.
Yeah, so we're not sure on that one.
So we'll see.
I
yeah.
think we get the names here.
Okay, so we have in the far end, in the grayish shirts, Michael Renard and Robert McVetti.
McVetti? Okay,
And then
awesome.
we have already seen Colin Barden and Rick Soria. So Michael Renard, Robert McVetti. So this should be interesting. We have men's doubles still, and we know for sure that Rick and Colin are very aggressive.
Right.
They want to attack. They mix it up a little bit, but they're trying to finish the point fast.
Right. They don't want to. They want it to go as fast as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. So Michael and Robert
So it
got
sounds
that next point, but I don't think they're keeping score, so
No.
it's gonna.
I
we'll
heard
just-
6-7 a second ago.
We'll see.
So it's right
Yeah.
now. It's
oh,
your
yeah,
guess
our
as good as ours.
scorekeeper is gonna ask what the score
Okay,
is
so
right
we'll
now.
get that in a second. There's no waiting in doubles. We are
We're
wanting
just
to
breezing
go.
through it.
You can't stop.
Yeah. But it's.
So it looks like it is 8-4 or
Okay, so 8-4. I believe it's 8-4.
8-4
Rick
Rick.
and Colin.
Correct.
We'll see for
So right
sure.
now it is 4-8.
So now 4-8. Yeah. Michael and Robert. Ooh,
Oh,
that was really fast. So 4-9. Wow.
good hit. Very
So that's the thing that's interesting. So Colin hit to the place where their opponent just hit, right?
Right.
Like, so the thing is that like since they have to switch switch opponents, switch partners. Let me rephrase that. Switch after each hit,
Yeah.
they have to switch
Correct.
who hits.
Correct.
That means that if you hit towards the place where the person last hit, that's the strategy,
yeah.
right?
Hit where they were,
Yeah.
not where they are going.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Because then they're like, they're in the way in
Trying
the
to
line
hit
of fire.
Trying to hit the reverse shot. And you
Yeah,
can't.
and then
Yeah.
it's too much. So Rick and Colin got that first game pretty convincingly. I think it was around
pretty
11-4, 11-5.
Handily.
And so they're writing in the scores right now. So what would you suggest their opponents, Michael and Robert, maybe do to kind of step it up?
I would myself, if I was in their shoes, I would try to keep the shots close to the table, nothing too hard where it'll give them a chance to hit a full swing in your arms. So you keep it close to the table. Don't hit too hard, because if you hit too hard, it'll end up off the table, and that'll give Rick and Colin a better chance to smash. So I would
Right.
try to keep it short as much as possible for me. That would be my strategy.
I think also short, close to the table, but also low.
Low,
because
low,
they're,
right.
Rick and Colin are wanting to smack it.
Yeah,
and the best smashes are when it's high.
Right.
you
So
know?
yeah, keep it low, keep it short if you can. And with Colin and Rick, for like the other people's strategy, I would keep it short, and if you can, keep this game longer than possible, or long as possible,
Right.
because higher chance of the other team messing up.
All right, so it's 0-3. Michael and Robert to serve. So now it's 4-0. Rick to serve. He does his side top serve. Sets up Colin
sets
for
up
the
Colin
attack
nice.
because
Yeah.
their opponents popped it up. Colin smashes it. Perfect 1-2 punch. What?
Oh,
that
good
was
chop.
wild. He did like a twirl when the left.
Oh, I think that hit the edge. So
6. Oh no.
It did. It
So
hit the edge.
0-6. I think.
The fun.
Yeah.
It's like the fun of
it's the who served.
Who served
Yeah,
last?
that's the like age-old question in doubles, like who serves,
Okay,
because it's just sometimes it's just, you're so focused on the game that you forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have just served and you might forget, but it's the logistics. So now it's
8-0.
8-0. Colin to serve, so they're just breezing through right now.
Oh, good
Was that it?
combination.
That was 9-2.
that
Wow,
hit,
that
yeah.
was, that was a very low loop too.
Low,
Usually
yeah.
he was doing higher ones, but that was tricky. I would have difficulty against that one. Yeah.
Oh,
got
those
it.
pesky
1-9.
short net shots.
All right. We got it on the board. One dive. Ooh, like a chop block.
yeah,
there.
that
That
was
was
a
going
good-
down. It went over, but he hit it like this, and that's a lefty too. So
Yeah.
it was like deadish, a little dead, maybe some underspin.
Ah,
So now it's 10-2.
he missed.
Swung.
It was a swing and a miss. I think it was
Yeah.
the weather making the bat smaller, and
10-2 match point for Rick and Colin.
it was a high hit.
Looks like they might be putting on an exhibition for us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right,
10-3.
All right,
and that
it
was
is Rick and Colin to end it at 11-3, 2
that
games
was
to nothing.
game. Good game.
Very good game. So we still have a lot more doubles to go, folks, and we'll get up another match shortly. Just looking around the tables right now, we still have a lot of women's doubles matches on the far end. We have, I think they might just be playing for fun right now. Well, everyone's playing for fun here.
It's always fun when
I
you
mean,
play.
like, I'm not sure if they're still playing anymore in the singles events,
Right.
but there's two great players playing over here as well, and a player that I said that was using the penhold style, you know, using it upside down. That's really unique style. I think she's the only one here that's using
think
the
so,
penhold,
too. I think
which
you're
is
right.
Cool. You know, that's the interesting thing. Like, in this sport, you have so much diversity of style too.
Right.
You know, like it's like I was talking with Willie when I was commentating with him. We were watching a guy using the C Miller grip as well as another guy who was holding with the 3 fingers behind the paddle, and then he was switching hands in the middle of the point.
Oh,
but
very ambidextrous of him. Yeah.
Holding the paddle like this.
Oh,
So I was like,
okay.
wow.
So-
Let's move this to the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, that's something that you might not see every day, but it's still just like, it makes it really intriguing.
Right,
You know?
yeah, it's just-
you know, it's like
whatever makes comfort or what's comfortable for you
Yeah.
makes it works for you. Also, just maybe confuse the opponent. Maybe it's a little bit of sleight of hand.
right,
Yeah.
right.
So yeah, I think right now we're kind of just figuring out the scores of the last game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Sure,
the thing.
we're-
Like, as like a tournament director and running the tournament, like Willie has to go through each of the matches, determine that they've written down the scores correctly,
Okay.
so he can see who's won. You know, like with many events, many tournaments, there's like kind of like a double round robin where like you start out. You know, you've been to several of them, maybe
Yeah.
Lakeland or
Right.
Pensacola or something
Yeah.
like that. So they have like, you start with this initial round robin, you get seeded into another round robin, and then you go from there, maybe single elimination.
Yeah.
With this one, it's typically like you're in your age group, you play the round robins within the age group, and then whoever gets like first, second,
Right.
third, fourth, you know, they might
Yeah.
get like, or first, second, third, they might
Yeah.
get a trophy.
I do like a good round robin when you play
Yeah.
tournaments because everyone gets to play.
Right.
There's no
It's great. Yeah.
you get a little group, so you have your little bubble. You play everybody at one time, or
Right.
at least once, and it's a good combination of
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah. So they're
I think
still
everyone's trying to remember.
they're still discussing the scores. You
everyone's
think that
trying to
maybe they forgot to write it?
I think everyone forgot. Maybe
Oh,
someone forgot to
no.
write the scores, so we're trying to
That's
figure
not
out
good.
who was the winners of which games.
I'm trying to. Well, we kind of know some of them
We-
by announcing. Maybe
remember-
we
yeah.
could revert, look at the recorded.
Right? Maybe we
footage.
could rewind back.
Yeah.
Maybe some people in comments can
Yeah.
write down the scores.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, we know that Kim and Bruce won theirs. We just
Right.
don't know the score. You know, they beat Rick and Colin.
Yeah.
And then I think Colin and Rick also won 2 other matches, I
Right,
believe.
yes.
So that's something too.
So I'm intrigued and see what the
So it
total
looks
is,
like there's a meeting of the minds right now, trying to figure out what's the next.
Right.
We'll see shortly. But yeah.
Oh.
But it is. What's going well here at the 15th annual City of Tallahassee
table
Senior
games.
Yeah, at Jack McLean Community Center. And be sure to keep watching us or watch us streaming. You can watch us at WCOT Channel 13 on local television, or streaming at Facebook and YouTube at talgov.com. So hope you guys are all checking us out there.
Yeah. I see one of the cameras possibly pointed at the women's doubles. I'm not
Right.
sure if we're
Yeah, I think there's
streaming that
about
one.
3 or 4 cameras. Channel 13? Yeah. This is. No, 13. Yeah.
Channel 13. Channel
Yeah, I
13,
said
just in
13, yeah.
case.
But yeah, channel 13, WCOT, channel 13. There's just to give some quick statistics. There was about like 70 people who signed up for this event, this whole senior games for table tennis. And there's a lot more matches that are occurring than just those 70 because a lot of people are in like men's, women's singles, doubles, mixed doubles where it's a mixture of men's and women's.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of different events happening. So now we have a treat for us. We will have some women's doubles. and our athletes here want us to let you all know that they are amateurs, but
As long as we're having fun,
But-
that's all that matters.
But amateur, if you take the root of amateur, it's a true lover of the sport. So they love table tennis. So that's great. So
Yeah, as long as we're having fun, no
Yeah.
no aiming at people. Keep it on the table if we can.
so it looks. I'm just looking to see if we have some unusual styles or different, maybe a lefty-righty duo.
I think it looks like one person can't quite decide how they want to hold it.
Yeah, I think they were trying out the pen hold.
Oh,
grip,
the
and
pin
they're-
hold,
'cause
okay,
they
yeah.
Might have noticed our sole player using
Yeah, they want to
the pen hold.
try
in
something
the pink.
different. Nope, I
But
think they've changed their
let's
mind. I think they're going traditional. I think they're.
So we'll get the name shortly for you folks.
Yeah.
They're almost ready to start though. And
it looks
this
like-
is
sounds
the
like they're
women's
started.
doubles. They are starting. Oh, nice angles
Good
here.
angles, good.
It looks like we have a lefty-righty duo, which is a very
good
as we've
smash,
said, is a
good
very
hit.
good combination to have.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movement here. They're moving each other on the angles. This is very good, and we have some loud and proud cheering here as well. So this is always great
Oh,
to have some
good
good
hit.
cheering. Yeah.
Really making the other team run around.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm noticing that all of
good
them are
hit.
mostly using their backhand right now. You
Right.
see that?
I did
Maybe
see-
just with the serve, it's the forehand.
Yeah.
But for now, it's the mostly backhand shots during the game. You'll see
Yeah.
that. You see that? Oh, that was a
That was
forehand.
good forehand.
With
but we
the
were
lefty.
we were talking about
the
how
lefty
the lefty shot. We were talking about how backhand feels a little bit more comfortable when you hit.
Right.
If you don't feel confident,
It's
you
a more
swapping back and
compact-
forth.
I notice when I'm playing that if I'm not feeling confident, I will resort to my backhand.
Just a backhand. And,
You know, I feel like that is my bread and butter, that
Yeah.
it won't go away even if I haven't played for months.
Right.
It's very interesting. Now it's
So I think
6-3.
it's 6-3 right now.
All right.
Oh, we got the teams here.
So we have Holly Snyder, Melissa Smith, Dee Dee Bryson, and Kathy Bedso. And so
We're not sure
this
which
is
one's
for the women's 50 to 54 age group in doubles.
Oh,
So
good hits.
I believe Holly and Melissa are on the left side in the caps here. And one is with the FSU shirt.
Dee Dee and Kathy are in the green
I believe they're
senior
in
games
yeah, I
shirts.
believe so. So right now it looks like, let's see. Okay,
Looks
so
like it
right now
is
it looks like
9-5
it's 5. Okay, 9-5
9-5
for
for Holly and
for
Melissa.
Holly and Melissa, yeah. Let's see. See if they finished the game.
Oh,
Oh no, maybe
Nope.
it was 9. Okay, so it's 9-7 Dee Dee and Kathy. we'll,
Yeah.
we'll get it right, folks.
it's hard to get
Yeah.
the scores right when you're
Yeah.
doing a little mental juggling here.
Yeah. Okay. So that would be 9-8. Okay, perfect. So
Okay.
now we're gonna. So Holly and Melissa are coming back. They went down from 5-9,
Oh,
but now it's 8-10. Holly and Melissa to serve. Serve. by the lefty there.
Oh,
Lucky.
that was. You were talking about hitting where your opponent's
11
not.
Yeah, that's 11-8 with a little bit of the luck of the Irish
Yeah.
yet again. With Dee Dee and Kathy going 1-0 right now. But yes. All right.
These ladies said they were amateurs, but they're hitting some really good rallies
doing
and
well.
lasting a
Doing well.
long while. These are some good hits. Ooh, those replied their net with another net.
Wait. So it is 1-3. Holly and Melissa to serve there.
So it's 2-3.
Ooh,
Oh,
she was trying to do more of like a chop there, like an underspin serve, but
Right.
it went right into the net, unfortunately.
so they swap.
Yep. And note, they're also, I believe Holly and Melissa are also very prominent pickleball players. I see a pickleball shirt
I see
right
the
on
pickleball shirt as well. Yeah. I think that's.
Looks like pickleball and beer and something on the shirt.
It could be orange
It could
juice,
be- I know,
possibly. It could be orange juice,
could be
maybe. We don't
something
know. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. See, that was a good shot for a lefty to have because
Yeah.
it would have been out of position for a backhand, but her partner was a little bit in the way, unfortunately, so she
Oh.
wasn't able to get that with her
Yeah.
left-handed forehand.
That's definitely the talk about moving
Yeah.
away. It's like a bit of a dance, trying to get out of your way of your partner.
So it is 8-5, Dee Dee and Kathy.
Yeah.
Now it's 6. What's it? 5-9. Okay, so 5-9.
Oh,
Right,
that
nice-
was a good
nice
rally.
play,
That
nice
was a
play.
good point.
It was a good rallies.
Yeah.
Now it's match point here. Oh.
Ooh.
Holly and
Missed that
Melissa are
table.
still holding out. It's 6-10. Sure.
Trying to
So let's see a little
bit of a
dispute about
dispute.
the score or something.
remembering.
Yeah.
A little bit of a little bit of table tennis hypnosis. Can't
Yeah.
remember when you like how
Have
we
about this the serve?
Yeah.
I've had that happen
can't
before.
remember, like how we already got to 10. When did this happen?
All right.
But it may be
Yeah.
confusion, but it's still fun. They're having a blast over here. It doesn't
this
matter.
is funny. So they're holding out on this final point. This is the match point.
This is
so they
the
wanna
nail
make
biters.
sure-
This is their strategy. Try
Yeah.
to
Hold on.
tire
Yeah.
the other team
This
out.
is the
maybe.
gamesmanship.
Right. They were thinking this isn't serious. This isn't pickleball. This is
All
table.
right. So it's 10-7.
No, it is. Yeah, 10-7. Oh, try to do a little reach around
Dee Dee
her
and-
partner.
and
That was
Kathy were
almost had
in the
him.
way.
It is 10-8.
Yeah, 8-10.
8-10.
I believe. So it's still holding off 2 match points.
Oh.
Nice. And Dee Dee and Kathy win
Dee Dee
it.
got it.
2-0,
Good
11-8.
game.
Good game. Very closely contended.
All right, that was the women's
So
50
that was
to
50 to
54
54, right?
with Dee Dee and Kathy winning.
So that was really cool. There were a lot of close, like long rallies there.
Right. I think-
And they were playing the angles a lot. Like I said, there was a lot of backhand shots.
Yeah.
But occasionally, the left-handed
The
player
left-
has to
those
use that
those
forehand.
pesky
so
left-handed players, I swear.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, so now we are waiting to figure out what the next match will be.
Right. So this is exciting. So, ooh, I just saw like a smash over there at the far end. There's a lot of
The
lot of
wide angle
excitement
shots, you can
here.
see all the different matches at one time. It's hard to.
Yeah, it's good. It's good because there's a lot of cameras set up, so it's not only the table that we're seeing right here, I believe, but maybe other tables as well. So,
Right.
in case you just came on to see us, remember that you can watch us at WCOT Channel 13 on local television, and also streaming live at Facebook and YouTube at talgov.com.
Looks like they are
So
in the corner back there.
Looks
That
like the tournament director Willie Leparulo is announcing
Some-
either the winners.
I believe so.
Let's see if
Some
I think he might be announcing the winners of the some of the doubles
some of the
events,
women
so
doubles, yeah,
that's
the
pretty
age
cool.
divisions. Oh, looking at the table or trying to look at the medal winners, but then there's a game in front of it looking like it's
Right.
doing really good too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know what's a cool component? I was just thinking, you know how I brought up like the MLTT, the Major League Table Tennis?
Yeah.
Like, here we're seeing, singles competition, doubles competition. The doubles competition shows that there's a bit of teamwork there,
Oh,
right?
of course.
But
Yeah.
as you get into other leagues and stuff, there's even more teamwork. For example, with the MLTT, that is like a lot of elite players
Right.
being in teams, and you have to win, by each player has to play a certain match. With NCTTA, the college table tennis, that's all about teams.
Yeah.
Like you play 4 different singles matches, like your teammates, and then if you tie 2 matches apiece with the opponent, then you do a tie-breaking doubles, which is
Oh,
even more
it's
teamwork.
crazy, yeah.
So it's really fun, and that's actually happening next month in April.
Interesting.
April 12th or so
Yeah.
in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Right,
So
right.
that's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was just thinking how like sometimes we think of this sport as being very individualistic, but it's not. Like there's
No,
just so
it's-
many aspects of it that you work together with people. You might just work with your coach sometimes, but you're also working with fellow teammates to make sure that you win the group event.
Yeah. And I'm not
Yeah.
sure if we're watching the right. I'm seeing on the screen that you might be watching some people
Right.
just kind of practicing with some
Right.
big strokes and
So that is, we're seeing again Paul McKay, who actually can do some table, in the green shirt there.
yeah.
Paul McKay was doing a lot of pushing in the game, but it looks
Right.
like he can hit it too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe that's also Colin Barden there.
Right.
So we know for sure that he's
He's definitely
very
confident
aggressive
with his aggressives. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, and you'll notice that they take a step back from the table because it gives them more time to react to the ball, and then they can do a good stroke and like be it still in the aggressive attacking
yeah.
mode. Yeah.
Not sure what we're.
So I think right now at this moment, there's a lot of just awarding some of the medals
Yeah.
to some of the
Looks like the women
athletes here for doubles events.
Right.
Maybe I think the singles were already awarded, but right now I see some of the doubles participants. I
Yeah.
think it was Holly and Melissa, maybe for the silver there in doubles, and
Right.
then Dee Dee and Kathy
for the gold.
The gold.
And
So that's pretty cool for
I
the
think
women's 50-50.
Right. I think after that, if there's still left, I'm not sure exactly when and how many we're doing. Possibly mixed doubles.
I think so too. I think mixed doubles is next on the docket. Yeah, we haven't seen any yet.
No,
that
I
I've
haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Not
so
yet.
that could be the last event,
Yeah.
but that's pretty cool. It's really well run right now. I mean,
Yeah,
like we had like probably 70 people, but it's just smooth sailing right now. It's about I think 11:30 or so, and we started at around 9:15. So
Yeah.
it's just Willie's an expert at this. That's all I have
The
to say.
well-oiled machine.
Well-oiled machine, yeah. That's how it is.
That's what you got to be able
Yeah.
to run all this. This is,
Well, he knows as well, like since he does the collegiate table tennis, the crown jewel event is the champs, and there's like over 250 players in that.
Yeah,
so
that's,
I mean that's if you can do this, if you
Yeah.
can do that, then you can do this.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which table we're watching. We look like we're watching Ryan and was that Holly or one? The one with the FSU shirt. I'm not.
Right,
Don't
right.
totally remember her name. I think they're doing a bit of an exhibition, kind of
Yeah, it
hitting
looks like it,
around.
yeah.
Oh no, this is the start of the doubles, the mixed doubles.
Oh, mixed doubles.
Okay.
So here we go. So this is mixed doubles. We'll get their names shortly, folks.
Yeah. I think one person's S now. Oh, somebody with some possible confidence on his spin serves. Oh. We're not. I'm not sure who's playing now. We'll figure it out. Sure.
All right, folks. I'm gonna step out for the moment, but thank you. Continue watching.
Hey everybody, we're back. We're at the Capital City Senior Games table tennis. I'm Willie Leporullo. I'm here with Aru Mandal, and we've got a treat here. Aru is a badminton player turned into table tennis. And so, Aru, how's it been so far volunteering for this event?
It's great, and I enjoy table tennis, so far I'm enjoying the games while keeping the scores. So
Excellent, excellent. Well, we've got an interesting matchup here, and this is a mixed doubles competition, which basically says it's man and woman, and we have a mixed commentating here,
right.
yourself and me, so it works out well along those lines. And so Aru is part of the FSU table tennis women's team, and so she just recently started. She's a very quick learner, and so she's doing her very first time in commentating here, and so what we're viewing here is a match between a man and a woman here. When you're playing doubles, and I know you've played doubles before, what would you say is the most important thing for you to consider when you're playing in a doubles competition, and from your point of view?
Just honestly, the first thing is to keep remembering that I'll have to go next.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I just get puzzled anyway. And the thing is, I think it's good for, I mean, if you are in the right side and I'm in the left side, it's for, as I'm a short person, for me, I think the opponent understands that and they just try to give that shot to the net.
Yes.
And that's difficult for me. So I just always want to be prepared.
It makes sense. And
Yeah.
folks out there, in case you're wondering, in doubles, all doubles, not just mixed doubles, in doubles it's alternating hits. And so what Aru is referencing is in terms of getting out of the way to hit the next ball. So for instance, you hit a ball, you have to get out of the way of your partner, because your partner has to hit the next ball. So it's an interesting nuance with respect to table tennis doubles. And so what we see here, we've got on the court here on the left-hand side is Colin Barton and Mason Harris. They're a doubles partner against a famous pickleball duo on the right-hand side, Snyder and Ryan Burke from Tallahassee Pickleball, during a table tennis competition. So it's kind of interesting to see the different sports live, so to speak. And so you're extra special because you do play at a high level of badminton. How is there a translation between one racket to another? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So I have been playing badminton for a long time, and table tennis from badminton, but the more I'm playing table tennis and the more I'm knowing about table tennis, it seems like, I mean, kind of not similar at all, because in badminton you usually have to play always upper, and you will always have to hit when the feather is on the air.
Right.
But in table tennis, it's all about below your eye level. Most of the time.
And what Aru mentions here is really important. A lot of people think that, oh, you just have to stand straight up. No, in table tennis, you need to bend your legs to make this work, because the table is lower. As the folks out there can see, the table is lower than a normal height of a human being. So you have to bend those knees. And I'm not saying that you don't in badminton or in pickleball. I'm sure there's those kinds of things.
In badminton, surely, you do not need to bend knees.
Well, don't promote it too much. We want people to come back and play table tennis. So, but I'm kidding. But yeah, so basically, as you guys can see here, Mason looks to be playing, and Mason is the lady in blue, and she's playing what's called a constant. She's just returning the ball over so that Colin, who's the aggressor, can hit the finishing point. And so in doubles, having that kind of strategy is really important, knowing your roles, so to speak. I think they're pointing off camera here to the scorekeeper because they're having a little bit of a disagreement about the score and whether the ball bounced. So in table tennis, when you serve, you have to serve cross court. And so if it doesn't go into the cross court, then it is a point for the other team. And I think that's generally what happened. So Colin and Mason are leading 9-3. This is a best 2 out of 3 game in terms of mixed doubles. And so the pickleball team doesn't seem to be adapting very, very well here, but I expect them to come back here very soon. They're going to have to because it's match point.
I saw many pickleball players are coming here today to take part. And the funny thing is, one couple just said, a couple of women, they said, I mean, we asked, how are you liking table tennis? And they were liking, it's sick. It's sick. We love pickleball. They mentioned the word sick.
Yeah, and it is interesting because talking a little bit about pickleball. Pickleball is a mix of badminton, tennis, table tennis, all in sort of one area, and so there is a lot of transition between the different sports. I think table tennis probably I'd have to say is the maybe the quickest or the second quickest. It might be badminton, maybe quicker. Pickleball's a little bit slower, but table tennis or ping pong, however you call it, it's super fun. Yeah. Everyone has played, whether you're in a YMCA or a community center or in a basement or here at a community center. Just a little plug for where we are. We're at the Jack McLean Community Center here for the Capital City Senior Games. This is where the Tallahassee Table Tennis Club meets. We meet Thursday 7 to 8:30 and Saturday 12:30 to 2. It's open to anybody. It's free. I hope people will see this and be like, wow, this is kind of cool. I played ping pong when I was a kid. Yeah. I can come out. Anyone can come out, whether you're 8 or 80 or whatever age. Obviously, we had 2 90-year-olds play earlier. Do you remember that?
No.
There was 2 90-year-olds that played it was the women's 90 to 94 category. It was incredible.
Sorry, I did not see that.
Yeah, again, we can only hope to be above 90 and still playing table tennis.
Yeah.
That is a win.
That is my dream.
That is an absolute win in and of itself along those lines. Sorry,
I
go
have
ahead.
something to say. So in badminton versus table tennis, nowadays I keep telling my friends that I am especially learning table tennis because in badminton you need way more stamina because the court is bigger, so you need to run a lot. But in table tennis, comparatively, you do not need to run a lot.
Table smaller, yep.
Yeah, that's why, I mean, in my old age, I think it's good for me. Yes, it's good for me if I can play table tennis because for sure I cannot play badminton at the age of 90.
So to the folks back home, and we're not going to say Aru's age here, obviously, but if anyone were to give a poll, if we had a graphic to poll how old we could guess she is, please don't say your age. Don't say it. This will be just a hint for everybody out there. That'll be the fun game per se, because again, I'm not going to reveal your age, but you certainly look very young.
Yeah,
so
I know.
there we go. So we're in here for a treat. So this is a very interesting point here. We have 2 mixed doubles combinations here. Abdel Gonzalez and Kathy Bedsole on the right-hand side. And on the left-hand side, we have Holly Snyder and Ryan Burke. They are some of the best pickleball players in Tallahassee. Notice how Ryan is standing there. That is his pickleball stance. It's quite hysterical, but it works in pickleball, certainly. And this is a treat here, folks. We have, again, the pickleball people playing table tennis. And look at this. They're actually being able to hit the ball back and forth.
Yes.
Now, again, this is more of a table tennis tournament, and so in table tennis, you have to serve by hitting the first bounce onto the table, whereas in pickleball, I think they serve it out of their hand into the court. So
like
there's differences, like tennis to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it is interesting how they're working the strategy, Aru. I don't know if you've seen it. In doubles, you want to put the ball where somebody's not. And you had mentioned before about short people.
Yeah, right, yeah. That's the strategy to play doubles.
When you play doubles, if somebody knows that about you, what do you do to try and combat the lack of verticalness that you what do you do? Move your feet more?
Yeah. I just try to be, I am always ready to go to the net to play the net balls. So,
exactly.
And for me, most of the times, I need to move my feet more because I need to go around the table most of the time.
Yep.
I have to not physically fully go there, but move my feet to the net.
Absolutely.
I have to move around my feet.
No, it makes perfect sense on that. And so I think the team of Kathy Bedsole and Abdel, they're using some strategy here. If you notice, they're trying to move around the other team. And this is a really good strategy in doubles. You want to obviously move the other team around because if you hit right at them, it's going to be easy for them, right?
Yeah.
And I'd love to probably interview them later to find out what or how big of a difference it is between their sport and this sport.
I think we should be able to see the scoreboard, right? Can you see?
Yeah, it's currently 7-7, so it's
Okay.
tied up
Oh,
here. It's a pretty tight match here.
yeah.
And so there's Abdel served a really fast serve, and they're discussing whether it's in or not. And it's hard to tell if it hits the line or not. That's an unfortunate serve. So we're now tied 8-8. This is a best 2 out of 3 games to 11. Talk about this, Aru. When you first started playing table tennis, because I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that
Yeah.
have maybe played ping pong in the
Yeah.
past and may not be familiar with the rules. Was it a different translation for you to go from badminton to table tennis with the different rules of table
Yeah.
tennis?
Yeah.
How was that experience for you when you first started?
It's puzzling to some extent, but it's all about the game. If you like the game, you just keep playing.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And what are the score? You go up to 11 in badminton or
No,
15?
no.
Or
The
21?
rallies are bigger in badminton, and it's exhausting. I mean, each time you have to go 21, and it's always best of 3, but each time 21, and it takes about at least on average 10 minutes, and if it's a tight match, it would take 15 minutes for just one game.
So
not a match.
the interesting thing how badminton goes to 21, ping pong and table tennis used to go to 21
yeah.
points. Scores tied 10-10 now. Now they have to win by 2. This is going to be interesting if they know the rules of this. When you're at 10-10, you serve 1 at a time, and you have to win by 2. So Ryan Burke to serve. Looks like they're up 11-10. Now the serve will go to Abdel and Kathy. They're down 10-11 here. This is game point for them. See how this works out. But they got the first game here. Ryan and Holly get the first game. Look at that. They have a little bit of a pickleball culture there of tapping the paddles after every game. In table tennis, we don't tap any paddles at all. But it's cute. It's cute nevertheless.
Right, yeah.
But I was saying before, in I'll say old rules of table tennis or
Yeah.
ping pong, it used to go to 21. So
Yeah.
if folks are there saying, why is everyone going to 11? Why is it shortened? Well, again, table tennis rules, they switched. They made it to 11, serve every 2, instead of the 21-point game, which was serve every 5. So it's a little bit of a different take here, but it is interesting how other sports have continued with the 21-point games, right?
Also, I find it, fascinating, or I think it's right when you get to the point of deuce, like 10-10, then you just alternate the serves. But in badminton,
There's no alternation?
no. You do not alternate your serve. In badminton, usually you do not alternate serve unless
Right.
you get the point.
Right,
Whoever
right.
gets the point, he keeps serving, or they keep serving.
Right.
So it's sometimes I think I have gone up to 21-19. One match with Sophia, just last match, and it was seeming okay. 1-1. I think it's
So this was an
there.
interesting point. If you guys
Okay.
saw the point before, Kathy hit a ball that landed on the other side and then spun backwards. And so it was clearly Kathy's point. The other team has the obligation to hit the ball. Now notice how the other partner, Holly, she put her hand on the table. Technically, that's a foul. That's not something you do. You get the point is back. But anyways, it still all worked out. It was an interesting point. So in table tennis, spin is a remarkable game changer. Aru, someone like yourself who's recently started
Right, yeah.
and you've learned what's called a loop.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you explain to the folks out there how spin takes a very large part in table tennis?
Yeah, so as you know, I did not know anything about spin before. And recently I got to know, I can see my spins, and I just realized if someone just plays, the difference between who is playing without any spin and with spin, it's a huge difference.
Right.
The spins can change your game.
Completely.
So, like, while you are looping, like, kind of top spin, and it will go just up to the opponent. And
Exactly.
if the opponent does not know anything about spins,
It could be a problem.
Yeah, it could be a problem, and you just not know that why the ball is behaving so awkwardly
And-
or
and-
abnormally.
And it's pretty interesting here in that Abdel and Kathy, the partners to our left here, they're using more spin than Ryan and Holly.
Okay.
And I think that's what got them the first game. But here's the interesting thing. Ryan and Holly have adapted to the spin, and they're
Yeah.
up, and that the game is tied 1-1.
Oh,
So it's tied
It's
1-1.
close,
They're
yeah.
going into the third game. So, folks, this is at home watching this. We play 2 out of 3 games here to the Capital City Senior Games here. At 5, they're going to switch sides. So right now, again, they're starting the third game. It is 0-0.
I did not know that about doubles. Okay.
And yeah, well, in singles as well, even if you have the qualifying game. So
okay.
this is going to be a very interesting match. They're a
Yeah,
little
right.
nervous, and they've got bragging rights here because they're all from the Tallahassee Pickleball Association, and so you know, I hope one day they'll join the Tallahassee Table Tennis
Table tennis,
Association.
yeah.
We're working on it.
Hopefully,
We're
yeah.
working on it for all those folks out there that maybe play pickleball and you're thinking, you know what, maybe I can do both. You totally,
Yeah, right,
totally
yes,
can do
yeah,
both.
Yeah.
Just to give you guys all the heads up, we play here on Saturdays 12:30 to 2, and after 2, a bunch of the table tennis players, guess what? They go play pickleball. So it's all in the family here along those lines. We want to tell you that the city of Tallahassee has really great sport opportunities, whether it's table tennis or pickleball, you name it, it's out there. So looks like we're at 3-2. Looks like Ryan and Holly are up 3-2 here. It's tied 1-1. Up 4-2, excuse me. The points, they go by pretty quickly in table tennis.
Yeah.
Before you know it,
Right.
blink of an eye, you're already, you know, there. So we're at the 5-point process here, and now they have to switch sides because that's the way it is in doubles. You switch sides when you are on the third and decisive game. And you switch returners as well. So it's a little bit of a nuance of table tennis that is different. So... so Aru, tell me, and the folks at home, where are you from originally? I hear an accent.
Okay. I'm from Bangladesh, and yeah. that's
Okay, and in Bangladesh they play table tennis, badminton. What do they play there?
Mostly badminton. Table tennis is not common.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy to have you part of the table tennis area for sure.
I'm super happy to get the opportunity here.
Absolutely.
And I'm grabbing everything that I am getting.
That's great to hear on that. So interesting here. It looked like Ryan Burke served the ball over the table and he missed it. And there's a little bit of nerves that may be happening here. You know, myself, I've played for 20 years, and so nerves still happen. And that's the beauty of that. Oh, that was a great rally there. Now, let me ask you, you've just started playing here. If you are in this match, the game is 6-5.
Yeah.
Would you have any nerves, or explain how you go through that process?
Honestly, I'm playing badminton for so long and competitively. I usually do not have any
Nerves?
because
That's
I
good.
don't know. I always like I'll just keep playing, and I just do not.
Feel
just-
those butterflies in your stomach?
Yeah. No, I just keep myself. I just avoid that. I mean, because if I think about that, okay, it's 6-5, then it will get into my head.
Absolutely.
So I just try
Speaking
to.
of the score, it's
Yeah.
9-6
Oh,
now.
Okay. Yeah.
9-7, excuse me, and they're coming back. But it is interesting, though, because, again, sports psychology happens in
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much every
yes,
sport.
Yeah.
The score was 9-5. Now it's 9-8. They're making a comeback here. Uh-oh. We have match point here.
Yeah.
It's 10-8.
Yeah.
Ryan and Holly have match point. Kathy Bedsel to serve to Holly Snyder. Let's see what's going to. She's down 8-10. And the win goes to Ryan Burke and Holly Snyder of Tallahassee Pickleball Association. Of course, they're here playing table tennis with us. Notice the hugs. They're very close to each other. They're aware of stuff. So this was a joy to hang out here with you, Aru, and
Yeah, thank you.
commentate. I appreciate you coming
Thank you.
here.
Yeah.
We're going to see about having another match here, but we're going to have to sign off here for a second to see what the next matches are and get our other commentators in. But Aru, thank you so much,
you so much for
coming
inviting
in.
me.
And
Yeah.
for those people out there, we're at the Capital City Senior Games. We're here at the table tennis event at Jack McLean. If you're curious about table tennis, please come on out. We're always here to help. Thanks again.
Thank you. I think we're done.
Hello, welcome back to our live stream of the 15th annual Senior Games of the City of Tallahassee. We're doing one of the final matches here of the day with mixed doubles. We have Kathy Bedso and Abdil Gonzalez.
Right.
And we have Colin Barton and Mason.
Mason.
Yes, Mason.
Yeah, don't remember her last
And-
name offhand,
right.
but yeah.
So we're having mixed doubles right now. This is very cool because you don't always get to see mixed doubles. Like usually it's either like men's doubles, women's doubles, but it's going to be an interesting clash of styles, different play,
Right.
different. Well, we already have Mason Mason is left-handed.
Right.
So that's all we already talked about how this is a unique combo or a more effective combo in doubles, right?
Yeah.
So right here, it looks like Mason is the more control player, and Colin is more aggressive attack-wise.
Right. We've definitely seen him with Rick. Right. Yeah, definitely more aggressive Mason. So it could be a good combination where she sets like how Rick and Colin, Rick and Colin did in the last matches, where it's she sets it up and he knocks it down.
So right now they're up 10-2.
10-2.
Colin
Okay.
and Mason are up 10-2, so they're really doing well right now.
Yeah.
Let's just see. So it's 2-10.
3-10. So they got
that
this
point. So it's
sneaky
3-10. So he
serve.
still serves. He should go back to the
Yes,
the
that's
right
one
corner of
more.
the table, Abdil.
And
And
the
he's doing a backhand serve, and then he missed that one. So now it is 11-3 and 1-0 in favor of Mason and Colin.
Yeah.
So what do you think that Kathy and Abdul need to do to kind of get back into this game? Gus?
I think it's back to you got to kind of be more weary of Colin and his attacks. I would keep it again short, slow to the table. You don't want to put or get it popped up. But Mason, with her defensive, she will have more of a higher chance of getting them to pop it up to kill it. So I'll try to keep it low and slow, nothing where you can get a full swing in. So it could be. But yeah.
I'm seeing Mason is very good at placing the ball. Too.
Right.
Very
yes.
control player. Really good. See, with her she's using her backhand a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a lefty, it's good to use the forehand in doubles, but still, lefties are more apt to use or prone to use their backhand because the righty's forehand is to their backhand.
Right.
Right. So it's very. That's what happens a lot of times.
Oh,
that was
good.
close. Kathy hit the net, but it didn't go over, so it was in favor of Mason and Colin. So right now it is 2-4. Abdul to serve. And Kathy
good hit,
slammed
good
it
attack.
right into Mason's forehand for the winner. Side spin shot here. I don't know if we're gonna get the ball.
Dell
but
let me get this ball here. That's
oh, okay.
yeah.
But yeah, that was a great side.
That was a
spin
good side.
swipe.
Didn't
That
see
was
it
by
coming.
Abdul, right?
Yeah.
It was great. Great point. Got a lot of cheering now. This is going for the goal.
Yeah. Colin definitely a little bit more weary now that he missed that one, so he's going to try a little bit more pushing.
Okay, so Colin did a nice serve, and Kathy pushed it right into the net. Kathy with the serve. Colin for the big
smash.
See, that's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
Right? So Colin got that one. Now it is
4-7.
Yeah.
Yes, 4-7.
4-7.
Kathy to serve.
Ooh,
Oh,
Mason
those
gets lucky. We've been
lucky
seeing a
lot
lot
of
of
lucky.
bitches, and
It's the weekend. It's that St. Patrick's Day
St.
luck
Patty's
this
luck.
weekend.
Yeah. People are wearing green for a reason. Well, she's wearing blue, so.
Yeah. Maybe she's colorblind. We're not sure.
But yeah, so anyway, so that was a beautiful setup with, I believe, Colin smashing that one.
Yes.
And Kathy with the short serve.
Colin
goes for
with the smash and
again,
missed
but
it.
It was a little long.
Yeah.
I think it's 5-9, I believe.
I believe you are correct.
Yeah, so now it's Abdul to serve. Let's see. This is very important right now.
Ooh, I think it was a long serve, I believe. So I think he missed that serve.
So
Right, he
5-10.
missed the table.
This is it. Going for.
Oh, I feel like Colin
pops
possibly
it up.
baited him a little bit, hoping for them to
Colin
to
and
smash it.
Mason clinched the gold, I believe.
Yeah, I believe
that's
so.
it.
Yeah,
that was a
was
great match.
a quick match. It was a good match.
Yeah, let's give him a round.
Give him a round. The mic person
All
made.
right, and that's it for us, folks. That was great. And
Yeah.
hope you had a great time watching.
Right. Thank you. All right, have a good day.